Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Hightstown Rams in varsity baseball action. We'll send it out to the field where shortly the announcers from WRRC2 will be joining us.
Michael Garino to lead things off. Here's the first offering from Aiden Poot, and he goes fastball right down Broadway, and we're underway here.
Yeah, he wants to set the tone early.
Garino batting .278 on the season for the senior second baseman. Leads the Rams in RBIs with 14 so far, 10 hits and a double. For the seniors, staring down the junior starting pitcher. Battle of the top two teams in the Colonial Valley Conference. And the 1-0 is on its way, making it an 0-2. And Garino trying to get on there early.
Yeah, watch the first pitch. Real good. Just go right by him. The second pitch there. Real late on it. Poot's in a good spot. Down 0-2. Of 0-2.
And try to get him on the outside slider. And Garino will get one back. 1-2 the count here. Hightstown with a team batting average of .277 and a slugging percentage of .339. 1-2 on its way. Fouled back into the cage by Garino. He'll stay alive. Rams have scored 100 runs this season, 83 RBIs, but nobody is on the base paths just yet here for Michael Garino. And no home runs just yet. The only triple being hit by Daniel Creer, who is in the on-deck circle right now. Here's the 1-2 once again, and that's a worm burner from Poot to even the count.
Yeah, tried to go back to that off-speed. When he was up 0-2, tried to go down and away, missed, didn't get the swing. Tried to reset Garino's memory with another fastball that he fouled off. Went back there again. I'm expecting another fastball to kind of catch him off guard.
2-2 from Poot, and slicing all the way over to the parking lot. Garino will stay alive here after pitch number 6 of the at-bat. That's something that Hightstown has been doing really well this season, is able to stay alive, work counts, and get pitching numbers up.
Yeah, good sign though. The couple of these games we've seen first inning pitching.
And got him all the way around. No, they're going to say that he didn't go on the check swing.
I don't think he went anywhere, but as I was saying...
It was close, I'll give him that. I think that was the correct call, but...
We've seen in first innings of many games, these Cardinal arms, they really take time to settle in, finding release points. It's good to see Poot working down early.
And got him inside. Jim Mayer is not happy with the call. I don't blame him. So Garino fights back from being 0-2 into the count. Aiden Poot tried to get him on a couple of off-speed pitches, and that fastball will go just a little bit inside. First base runner is aboard here for Hightstown. So as Daniel Creer steps in, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Count goes 1-1 towards Daniel Creer as we welcome you back to your home for Lawrence baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson on the call. Nobody out in a scoreless ball game. Runner at first here. And the pickoff attempt between Poot and Aiden Crowley will not be successful. Crowley bobbled the ball over there at first, but Garino was already anchoring himself to the first bag. Daniel Creer even in a 1-1 count here for the junior. And that'll go just a little bit outside there on the fastball, and Creer will jump ahead 2-1. This is a very stingy umpire here so far in terms of the middle strike zone. 2-1 from Poot, and that's a high shot into deep center field. It's not going to be far back. Running underneath of it is Josh Vakrosky. He'll make the grab, one away.
Yeah, you wanted to get that first out with Garino. Didn't get the call there, but good to get a quick out there on Creer. Now you got one down, still a runner on. But, you know, you look at this team, 17 stolen bases. They're not really a threat on the base path, so you don't really have to keep looking over your shoulder too much. That's a relief if you're Aiden Poot. Kind of focus on the batter in the box.
Alex Warden will step in. He's batting .345 on the season. Lets a fastball go out and away, so he'll jump ahead in the count. 1-0 with one away. Runner at first. A ground ball right towards short or second would potentially turn two away here for a double play. And that is able to catch the low and outside corner. It's 1-1 towards Worden. Like we said, batting .349. 15 hits on the season for the senior. This is a upperclassman heavy lineup here for the Hightstown Rams. 1-1 on the way, and that's a foul tip that goes to the backstop. And that is really good for the Cardinals because Michael Garino was on his horse, ready to bust it all the way over to second. And he'll go back to first. Poot back ahead in the count. It's 1-2.
Yeah, I said, although they're not too aggressive on the base paths over the course of the season so far, that Garino's taking a large lead over at first.
Garino shifting over, and that'll just be a little bit outside.
Didn't quite fool him again on that one. Got two chases earlier in the account. Now he's sitting at 2-2.
Count is even towards Worden. Runner at first. One away here on the top of the first. 2-2. And Poot got him looking. Fireball right down Broadway. Two away on Poot's first punch out of the afternoon.
Yeah, he did a real good job reeling it in there. Obviously, a first at-bat walk to lead off the game is not what you want. That's not how you want to set the tone of the inning. But he really fought back hard. Quick out with Creer. Got Worden looking. Now two gone.
That's a breaking ball that'll find its way into the strike zone. It puts Dylan Staples, the junior right fielder, down on the count 0-1. Now going back to last year's game, which like we documented a lot, was a pitcher's duel as Staples will swing for the fences on that one. Looked very off balance, wasn't able to make contact. It's 0-2. Lawrence battled back from being down one run in the contest for pretty much the entirety of it. And that's a swinging strike. Dobkin drops the baseball, but it'll loft it all the way over to Aiden Crowley. So the Cardinals will surrender a base runner, but they get three straights out here on a fly out, a strikeout, and another strikeout there. Poot's got two on the day, and the Cardinals will go to the batter's box here for the opening time. Aiden Poot will lead things off. Connor Crowley and Teak Toto batting in the 2 and 3 slots here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Hey, it's outfielder Deacon Moore. Go to 1077thebronx.com/LHS Baseball to listen to all of the Cardinals' home and road games broadcast this season on demand on 1077 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
Go ahead.
Bottom of the first on deck here, and so is Aiden Poot on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Still a scoreless ball game as Dominic Terranova will get warmed up here for the Hightstown Rams. Trying to keep this game scoreless on the other side. And Coach Mayer, as you heard going to break, just trying to win the inning here for the Cardinals and strike first. Looking back at last year's game at some of the stats here, Cardinals had 5 hits on the day, 4 of them coming in the bottom of the 6th there from Kellen Moore. Aiden Poot was able to get a hit. I actually believe Poot's hit was registered as an error. Connor Williver was able to get a hit, and Drew Dobkin was able to get a hit as well. So Poot will lead things off, was able to get on base once last year against Terranova, hit the ball into an error, also hit the ball into a double play. But Poot right now this season trying to fill that big hole that Deacon Moore has left here in these last couple of games, and he did a pretty good job of it against Steinert. Was able to get a single, was 1 for 3 with a fly out, an RBI single, a sac fly to center, and a 6-3 ground out. Lawrence dugout getting alive here as Poot taps in, leads the Cardinals in runs with 17 and stolen bases with 8. And Terranova on his first offering goes off of his glove, comes over to Jordan Klim, and a high throw is able to get there in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here And Poot will go back to the dugout with one away.
Yeah, that's just a real good play. You know, we say it a lot with the Cardinals, those plays where you're just getting a little glove on it and it bounces. And they were able to keep it in the infield. Nice throw, got Poot out. You know, unlucky, but still, you like to see early contact on a pitcher like Terranova.
Alex Worden gives a sign here to Terranova. Brings up Connor Crowley. He's batting .394 on the season, immediately slices one down First Avenue. That goes foul. Terranova in 2 pitches so far. Both of them have been, contact has been made here by the Cardinals, which it brings a lot of confidence to this team, especially for this team that wasn't able to get really anything going against Terranova until the 4th inning last year. Terranova had not a perfect game. He had a no-hitter going until the 5th. Drew Dobkin broke it up, and then 3 hits back in the 4th. Or in the bottom of the 6th. 4 hits in the bottom of the 6th, I should say. Really what got things going. Count goes 1-1 towards Connor Crowley on a low ball that Crowley will elect not to swing at. He'll get rewarded for that. One's across the scoreboard as Terranova fires one a little bit outside. So the umpire, like I said, a very, very small strike zone, a very finite and minute strike zone.
Yeah.
So both Poot and Terranova are going to have their work cut out for them today. 2 of the top pitchers here in the Colonial Valley Conference. Here's a 2-1 towards Connor Crowley. Shoots one deep into the gap. That's going to fall down for at least 2. Could go for 3 as that rolls all the way to the 402 mark. Deep in there was Daniel Creer. And going all the way in, being held up at third for a standing triple for Connor Crowley. And the Cardinals are 90 feet away from breaking this game open.
Wow. We were looking for that spark, the spark we lost with Deacon Moore. You come up, Aiden Poot didn't really go his way. Now Connor Crowley comes up, puts a charge into one, flying all the way around to third. That's what we want to see. That's what you love to see. Jumping on Terranova early. If now you got Teak Toto up, best you want Connor Crowley to come in and score. You get that 1-run lead. That changes the entire course of the game.
So Terranova off a little bit early. That's right down Broad Street. Toto will surrender one. And that was all the way to the deepest part of this ballpark, right at the 402 mark. Daniel Creer was on his horse to hustle back there and limited it to only a triple. That very well could have been an inside the park home run there. Here's a ground ball right towards the hole here, and it's an RBI single for Teak Toto. Connor Crowley will come home, and the Cardinals lead 1-0.
Just textbook. This kid is a textbook hitter. Got his hands to it real quick. Just drove it on the ground, trickled through between the second and shortstop. Just what you love to see.
And it's part of this murderer's row here. I think we can definitely add Connor Crowley to the murderer's row. So Crowley all the way down to probably Aiden Crowley as well. Those 2 through 7 hitters are murderer's row here this season. Josh Vakrosky will see a worm burner go to the low and outside corner. You know, even Drew Dobkin. Dobkin was 3 for 3 last year, had Terranova's number to a T, and could see Dobkin light some fireworks here, trying to go 4 for 4 in the last 2 years against Terranova. But the Cardinals lead 1-0 after a triple and an RBI single from Teak Toto. Josh Vakrosky goes even in the count 1-1. Vakrosky leads the Cardinals in batting average with .412 and in RBIs with 23. 21 hits on the season, 2 of them triples, 10 of those are doubles. Leads the Cardinals in slugging as well. He'll charge one into a shot that goes into deep center field. Creer on the run back for it. He's able to make the grab, which is about 5 feet away from being a 2-run shot for Vakrosky. Stalled out a little bit too high. 2 are away here, and it brings up Connor Williver. Cardinals are able to get a lot of contact right now on Terranova, and a couple of 1-2 punches there from Crowley and Toto make this a 1-0 contest.
Yeah, and that at-bat by Vakrosky. Very good swing. Got a nice bat on it, just a little under it. I'm not sure the wind did him any favors there, keeping it in the ballpark. But still, it is a very good sign for what's to come.
Connor Williver will step in here. Runner at first, 2 away. Williver will hold back on the first pitch he sees. Will go down 0-1. So Vakrosky flies out to center field. Just looking for a little bit more to the left there on that ball, and that would have been an easy two-run shot. A lot of cloud cover right over us, but hopefully the precipitation will persist here. Toto going, and that's a foul tip there from Williver, who was trying to put a charge into that one. He's down 0-2.
Yeah, these calls, Jim likes calling the hit and run. We see it time and time again. It looks like that's what they called here. Toto, a really, really good jump off of first. Connor Williver didn't really get a pitch to put out into play. That's okay. You draw it up again. You know, he is down 0-2. Maybe not a hit and run scenario, but we could see Toto on the move again.
Terranova gets the sign, set the belt, and delivers. Try to get him on the outside breaking ball. Williver not going to take the bait there. It's 1-2. Two-way runner at first. 1-0 ball game here. Teak Toto, the man who was able to make that 1-0 game possible, right now at the cold corner, 270 feet away from making it a 2-0 game. Williver in a 1-2 count. Terranova with the sign here from Worden. And that's going to be a shot into deep center field once again. Creer on the run back for it, and he'll make the grab. So back-to-back flyouts in center field will end things here. Cardinals are able to get a run across from a triple and an RBI single from Teak Toto. They open the scoring, going here into the second inning, leading 1-0. Hightstown looking to respond. We'll be back in just a couple of moments here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
The overcast skies have joined us here on the Retro Radio, and Lawrence leads 1-0 after a triple and an RBI single there from Teak Toto. Brings us to the top of the second on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. A lot of dark Cumulonimbus skies right over us, but hopefully they're all going to blow over before anything rains down. And Aiden Poot with a little bit of a cushion now, and a 1-0 lead for his Lawrence team will return back to the mound. He'll fire a fastball over across the plate to Devin Decker with a lot of gusto, and Decker will go down 0-1. And a swing and strike there from Devin Decker will make it an 0-2 count. Decker right now this season, batting .500, has been in and out of the lineup for a couple of times. Has been walked quite a few times, but we'll go in an 0-2 count. Here's the offering from Aiden Poots all the way around, and Decker will be retired on 3 pitches.
He's just toying with the kid. You know, really, really fast, really hard fastball down the middle of the plate. Can't do anything there. Great off-speed, got the chase, and then another off-speed in the same exact spot almost. Gets the sword-like swing there that you see where hitters are just beyond confused, just absolutely toyed.
Kind of looking like Jorge Garcia from Backyard Baseball 97. I need to put you onto that. Go to the App Store and download that.
I'll give it a try.
Dude, I've been playing it every single night for the last couple of nights. As there's strike 4 there from Aiden Poot. 4 straight strikes here as Anthony Benitez will go down 0-1. I don't believe there's any relation to Andrew Benitez.
I'm not sure. Very close names.
And the 0-2. Actually making a 1-2 count there towards Anthony Benitez, who's batting .279 on the season, 12 hits, 4 of them being doubles. And a swing and strikeout. Dobkin will loft it all the way over to Aiden Crowley. That's 2 away here on 4 straight strikeouts for Aiden Poot.
There's another one. That's another at-bat where Poot is just toying with the hitter.
Poot, there it is.
Yeah. They call him they call him Baby Shohei for a reason. It just got what he does on the mound and the plate. You say it a lot. He is a kid that we will see go D1. He has immense talent.
Here's a strike towards Brian Drews, the lone underclassman in the lineup here for Hightstown. The sophomore third baseman is batting .263 with 13 hits on the season. Will foul one all the way over to the service building, and it's 0-2. So Dobkin will give the sign to Aiden Poots, shakes him off initially, then agrees with him. 0-2 with 2 away, nobody on here for Hightstown. And a foul tip that went off the glove.
Catcher's interference.
And Drew Dobkin is going to be dogged for catcher's interference. That is the 3rd time this week that has gone against Drew Dobkin. Had it twice against Steinert both times against Jack Pirelli, and Brian Drews will go to first here.
I just caught the glove on the swing there, and it was real obvious, too. You know, sometimes you can kind of get away with a tip because it was a foul ball. So sometimes you can get away with that, but that was too obvious not to call.
So it does put the game-tying run at first, and the go-ahead run will come up here for the senior left fielder of Cole Vincent.
Yeah, Poot's got to make sure that doesn't really mess with his tempo. Before that, he did have 4 straight strikeouts, working on 5 because he was in a 2-strike count. He's got to get back into it, just focus on getting out of the inning.
And you got to tell Drew, just put your mid away. I know you're looking for the foul tip there,
right?
With 2 away, and you're looking for it to go in your mid, but just pull back a little bit. And the pickoff attempt is going to be my goodness, I can't believe that they called him back safe. Oh, Brian Drews was caught out to lunch at first, dove back in time, and I thought that Aiden Crowley was going to have him dead to rights, but the field judge will call him safe. And that was very close. Looked like a tie, and tie goes to the runner historically. 1-2 goes the count on a swing and strike there for Cole Vincent. Poot trying to reach the centennial mark this season. He's got the half-centennial mark this season with his strikeout amounts. 1-2 on the way, and that's a high fastball. We'll even the count at 2.
Just missed high on that one. Had all the mustard on it, but just working a little.
Missed the hot dog just a little bit. You got a little bit on the condiment table up high.
Yeah. But Jim tells these Cardinals arms work low.
2-2 on the board. That gets away from Dobkin, and it's a successful stolen base for Brian Drews. Count goes full here towards Vincent. And Hightstown trying to work a little bit of magic on their own here. 3-2 the count here towards Cole Vincent. Here's the offering from Poot. High and outside, ball 4. 2 are on here for Jordan Klim, and now Hightstown looking to respond in kind, trailing 1-0.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little earlier, that catcher's interference. Poot was in a real good rhythm. Now you put a base runner on for some, crap like that. Throws everything off kilt, really. Yeah, still 2 outs.
It was the same thing against Steinert as well. Jack Pirelli had the catcher's interference. Eric Green hits a double. And 2 are on, 2 are out. That'll go all the way around for a swing and strike. And Jordan Klim will be down to his last 2 strikes here. An 0-1 count. Klim at the 9-hole hitter trying to get on base here for the leadoff guy of Michael Garino, who was walked back in the top of the first. 2 on, 2 out. Pop fly will make the count 0-2 as it goes foul towards the parking lot. Klim down to his final strike. Klim and Vincent were the only 2 Hightstown batters that are batting beneath the Mendoza line. Klim batting 191 on the season. Poot trying to get this final out here. 0-2 the count. Kick and deal is on its way. Trying to get him on the outside off a breaking ball. Klim gets one back. It's 1-2. Drews at second, Vincent at first, and Klim trying to bring home a couple of Rams. Poot checks the runner at second, kicks and delivers. Here's a shot right into the glove of Aiden Poot. And will make the grab all the way over there at first. Return to sender there for the line out to first. Well, not making a 1-2-3 inning, but the Cardinals are still able to keep this game keep Hightstown off the board for now here. So look to add on to their lead with Andrew Benitez, Aiden Crowley, and Drew Dobkin due up here when we come back to Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back here at sunny Natakis Field, but it's not so sunny right above us. A little bit more cloud cover than we anticipated, and a lot of clouds right behind us, but hopefully the precipitation will stay in the atmosphere. Andrew Benitez will lead off for the Cardinals, who are up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Benitez, Crowley, and Dobkin due up here as the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Benitez will surrender a strike. And Dom Terranova looking to get into a groove here. How far did James Wood hit that home run they just showed me?
Yeah, just 374.
put a charge into that one.
Not as far as Teak Toto.
Teak Toto with a 390-foot home run a couple of games ago against Nottingham.
Hitting balls further than major league hitters. Kid's
He was
special.
also able to hit it over the Red Monster over on right, which is about 340 feet away. Just blasted it into the backyard. Benitez in an 0-2 hole. Terranova with his sign, looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. Here it comes towards Benitez, and that just misses inside.
Good eye there from Benitez. Don't want to bite on anything not too close, especially in an 0-2 hole. He's going to look for something to really drive here, especially down this third base line. That's where we've seen him make his hardest contact.
Here's the 1-2 from Terranova. And just a little bit down low, and the Hightstown dugout did not like that, and I don't blame them.
That's what we call a big league take. There's a beautiful eye there.
So it's 2-2 here for Benitez. Worden gives the sign. Set at the belt is Terranova. He'll kick and deliver. And that's a high fly ball that's going to stall out, going right towards center field. And able to make the grab for it is Daniel Creer. He's got 3 straight fly-out grabs in center. One away, and it brings up Aiden Crowley.
I mentioned it in the first inning. We like the hard contact, grab the run. This is all signs for what's going to come in later innings, especially if we can run Terranova maybe out of this game a little earlier than Hightstown would like. We're making really, really great contact. 3 straight flyouts to deep center. You know, got to give or take.
All you can ask for is making good contact, especially since Terranova, looking at last year's stats, I believe he had something in the ballpark of 6 strikeouts. No, only had 2 strikeouts last year. It was really just the Hightstown infield that was working a lot for them. Haven't had a whole lot of work here so far today. Do have a ground out back in the leadoff in the top of the first. But everything else has been flyouts to Creer in center. Aiden Crowley will go in an 0-2 hole, and Drew Dobkin in the on-deck circle. Dobkin, the Terranova killer from last year, was 3 for 3 against him. Expect him to go 4 for 4. He absolutely had Terranova's number last year. And Aiden Crowley right now is in the batter's box, and he'll go down. On a swing and strikeout, so Terranova will get his 50th K of the 2025 season. That'll put 2 away with Dobkin coming to the plate. Dobkin, who has been in and out of the lineup the last couple of games, still looking to get some solid contact here, batting .159 on the season. Was able to get an RBI double and was on base all 3 times against Steinert. And he'll jump ahead in the count, 1-0. Just trying to get a little bit of confidence here. That's all you can ask for. Dobkin steps in against Terranova, set at the midsection. He'll deliver, and that's low and outside. Dobkin ahead by a pair.
And every hitter always has that one pitcher that they see really well, and you say, yeah, that's for Dobkin, that's Terranova. 2 really good takes there. Get a good hitter's count. Gonna look for something to really hit.
Not going to be able to get anything on that. He's going to need a tennis racket to make a whack at that. 3-0 the count here towards Dobkin. And he's in pretty good shape. Unless he sees one right down the midsection, I don't think he's going to be getting the signal here from Jim Mayer. Here's the 3-0 from Terranova. 4-pitch walk for Drew Dobkin. He's aboard. Ben Hogger will come on a courtesy run, and it brings up Seneca Sumners in a 2-out situation.
Yeah, Terranova must know, because he kind of looked like he didn't want any part of Dobkin there. 2 really competitive pitchers that Dobkin had a good eye on, but then the last 2 real uncompetitive there. But that's a win.
Definitely is.
That's a win. Yeah, a single and a walk, you're on first base either way. So
there's a big moment here for Seneca Sumners trying to come on here. He's batting .289, but has not had a hit in a couple of games. Was out of the Steinert game. Played against Robbinsville where he was 0 for 2. He'll go down on the count 0-1. I think the last game that Sen had a hit in was the Lawrenceville game all the way back on the 26th where he got a single. So just trying to end that drought, that hitless drought here. Takes one right around the midsection, has to bend around the baseball to avoid being plunked. 1-1.
Yeah, his season's really been the tale of two stories. Beginning, hit real well, but defensively was a bit shaky. Now he's really been good defensively, but the bat has been not there. And you look at the average, 282, 280 batting average. It's a good batting average. You'll take that, especially as a bottom of the order hitter there. But still, you kind of want to get back and combine two facets of the game that we've seen from him. It's just, it all needs to click.
1-2 the count here towards Sumner's. Hoggers at first. Terranova will get his sign here from Worden. 1-2 on its way. And that'll go upstairs. It's 2-2.
It's all about staying patient with Seneca here. He likes to get a little over eager sometimes, swing at things that aren't really close. But that comes with being a young baseball player.
2-2 on the way. Shoots one towards the hole. It's going to go right over to Garino. And he'll loft it over to Anthony Benitez for the routine 4-3. So the Cardinals will remain up 1-0 here. Not able to get anything across in a scoreless second for both sides. The Cardinals looking to keep Hightstown off the board here when we go to the top of the third, leading 1-0 on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the order, slotting back over here for the Rams with Michael Garino leading things off. Immediately takes one high towards the cage. It's 1-0 to start the third inning. Mr. Blue Sky and Mr. Sun creeping out here right as we begin coverage of the third inning here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Lawrence leads 1-0 off an RBI single and a triple from Connor Crowley. A triple from Connor Crowley and an RBI single from Teak Toto, I should say. 1-1 towards Garino, who is 0 for 1, who is 1 for 1 or 0 for 0, was walked back in the top of the first to lead things off, and he's down to his final strike. Pook kicks and delivers, and a worm burner that's dropped by Dobkin. Didn't want to get another catcher's interference call. It's 2-2. So a set of deuces on the board here for Garino, trying to get Hightstown back into the dance here. Pook kicks and delivers, and that's fouled to the cage. So Garino will stay alive, count even at 2. Now, Pooh trying to get this first out here, and that'll go upstairs. It's 3-2. Once again, just trying to find that release point.
Right. And he's done a really good job so far. It's just, it's the occasional stuff. You're in a 2-2 count, it's tied up. Oh, then, you don't have a good hold on that off speed. Now it's full count.
3-2 on the way, and Garino will be 2 for 2 on the walk category. Jim Mayer's going to talk with Aiden Poot here for a brief moment. A leadoff walk for the second time today. And it brings up Daniel Creer in the Hightstown faithful. Getting rowdy.
Starting to see a trend here with Poot. Getting out in front early. He does a great job, and today he's been doing a really good job. He's gotten to a lot of 0-2 counts, a lot of 1-2 counts, but it's the finishing, man. He walked Garino twice, walked Vincent last inning, 3 walks through basically 2 innings so far.
Well, we'll take a look at the CVC bracket here. While we got a moment as Jim Mayer will walk back to the dugout. Robbinsville was able to get the #1 seed as it was based off of power points. So Robbinsville will get the #1 seed here.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So we're back here at Sunnytuckus Field. Daniel Creer right now will go ahead 2-0. It is 6 straight balls there from Aiden Poot. Hightstown faithful starting to get rowdy in the dugout. You can hear them from here. We'll get back to the CVC bracket. We'll probably do that in the bottom of the third, actually. 3-0 the count here for Daniel Creer, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. So I'm like, it's a 3-0 count here for Aiden Poot, but you look at the rest of this order. Worden struck out, Stable struck out, Decker and Benitez all struck out. It might be playing a little bit with fire here, but I think I see the direction Poot might be going. He is, of course, a little bit rattled off of that play there from Garino. 3-0 on the way, and Poot will get one back. It's 3-1. You knew that was coming. Mm-hmm. You knew that Creer wasn't going to get the signal there.
And he should go right back there. Trust your defense. Let him put it in play. Maybe you even roll a double play here.
And he gets one right again, and Creer wanted that one.
You can't... anything but free bases at this point. We mentioned it pregame. Bend, don't break. First team to blink. Obviously, Terra Nova let up the run in the first. But still, it's only one run.
3-2, fouled into the cage there. So getting a little bit of contact was Creer. Nobody out. Michael Garino at first here. In the top of the third inning, go-ahead run coming to the plate with Daniel Creer, who is in a 3-2 situation. So we'll do it again. 3-2 coming from Poot, right down the gullet. So 3 straight strikes there from the junior. We'll put it out away, and that is one way to silence the opposing dugout, CJ.
Yeah, did a very, very good job. He was down 3-0. Fired a fastball in there. Now it's 3-1. Fired another one in there. Now it's 3-2. Couple foul balls from Creer. Kind of increased the battle there, but nonetheless got the strikeout looking. That is huge.
And it will bring up Alex Worden here as now the raindrops are beginning to fall a little bit. That's a menacing cloud right behind us heading right towards our way. I'm hoping the wind is going to blow it a little bit more here. But Worden is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Worden will keep the bat on his shoulder there. He'll get rewarded. It's 1-1. Hoping that the field conditions don't deteriorate to the kind that we saw at Steinert yesterday, or the kind that Jordan Hirsch saw yesterday at Steinert. As the count goes 1-1, that's fouled in the cage by Worden. Trying to find my windbreaker. There it is. So it's a 1-2 count towards Worden, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner at first here for Hightstown, who trails Lawrence 1-0. 1-2 on its way. Here's a shot off of the glove of Williver. And going all the way over to third will be Garino. It's going to be a sliding double there from Worden. Ducks are on a pond here. And the Cardinals in a little bit of trouble as the rain begins to fall.
Just a really, really unfortunate bounce off the glove there of Connor Williver. A real hard hit ball, but just got too far away from Williver, not able to really get there. Benitez had to range over from left field, make the throw in. Really only should have been a single, but didn't really go that way.
So Hightstown. Forgot didn't have my headset on. I was putting on my windbreaker. So Hightstown with a golden situation right now. The Cardinals trying to turn it gilded. Runners at second and third here for the Rams. Here's a shot. That'll go fair, and it will score 2 here. Going around for second. All the way back there was Benitez. And an RBI, 2-run RBI double there from Hightstown will give them their first lead of the day. It's 2-1.
It's just things stacking on top of each other. A leadoff walk puts a guy on. You get an out back, with a strikeout looking, but then, boom. An unfortunate bounce over at third for Williver makes it ducks on a pond, and then another double there drives 2 in. Just... things go quickly in baseball. You got to stay on your toes. You got to stay focused, batter after batter. And look, the free base to lead off the game really set the tone for this inning, and now the Rams get back out in front.
So Worden and Garino score to make it a 2-1 contest as the rain beginning to fall really heavily right now. I knew we should have brought the tent. I knew it.
This is the first time I actually brought a rain jacket. Which is
fantastic timing for you. So we're going to try to do this digitally here. Hightstown turns the lead in their favor. Here's a shot right over to Connor Crowley. The base runner will extend over to third here. It'll put 2 outs away. So it's a 4-3 fielder's choice. We'll put 2 away. Trying to do this a little bit digitally here, and it'll bring up the 13 of Anthony Benitez as Decker will fielder's choice all the way over. Benitez 0 for 1 with a strikeout, trying to make it a 3-1 contest. And Poot will get back in the dance there. So Lawrence trails by 1 after leading for 1. Still plenty of baseball to be played here. And hopefully the skies will let up here just a little bit. Foul tip goes in the glove of Dobkin, and Benitez is down to his final strike. Stables at third here, 90 feet away from double the lead for Hightstown. Here's the offering from Poots. Just got a little bit away from him. Dobkin able to block it to prevent Stables from going to home plate. Benitez will get back in the count here. It's 1-2 with 2 away. 1-2 matches the score here off 2 doubles here. Here's the offering from Poot. That's a swinging strike. Dobkin dropped the ball, but he's able to loft it all the way over to first to finally end the rally. Hightstown puts 2 across the plate here to take their first lead of the afternoon, and the big old fat raindrops, as Forrest Gump would say, beginning to fall here in Nataka's field. Cardinals looking to respond in kind on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Hightstown will respond with a 2-run go-ahead rally there in the top of the third on a 2-run RBI double there from Dylan Stables, I should say. To make it a 2-1 contest, so the Cardinals will be playing from the back foot here after taking the lead early. They look to at least tie this game up or maybe take the lead back here. Aiden Poot at the leadoff position, perfect guy to do so. Lets one fly right behind him, and it looks like Terranova got a little bit squirrely coming off of the mound there. Mound looks to be okay. Doesn't look like it's deteriorating just yet. But Poot in 0-1 hole. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the bottom of the first. And I'll take a swing at that off-speed pitch from Terranova. That's 2 away.
You know, I'm noticing Terranova doesn't have that, the stuff to really blow you away. Doesn't have that crazy movement. I chalk it up to it. He has a bit of a funky delivery, I'd say. It's real hard to kind of see where the ball's coming out of his hand. He kind of hides it for a long time and then comes out towards the side of his body. It's not, you don't see that a lot in high school ball. It's not really, it's real untraditional, but that's what makes him a great pitcher.
So it's a 1-2 count on a worm burner there from Terranova. Warden gives a sign. Poot trying to get the Cardinals back in the contest. Here's the offering, and that's a foul tip. Goes right near the hand of one of the Rams that was in the dugout there.
Got to keep them fingers out of the fence there.
Last thing you want to see, you want to say is like, oh, I injured my hand in a baseball game. Oh, what did you do? I just had my fingers in the chain link fence and I got blasted by a foul tip. Here's the 1-2 towards Poot. That's skied into shallow right field. Underneath of it is the Hightstown player, and he's able to make the grab.
It'll be Stables.
So
I know you don't have the book out.
I got their lineup on my phone.
Okay, yeah.
So Dylan Stables will get that grab there from Aiden Poot. We'll go down to 0 for 2. And the lone run to come across here, Connor Crowley, will step into the box here. Still plenty of time for the Cardinals to get back in the contest. And it looks like this shower hopefully should be moving over us pretty soon. It was just a big group of showers. That was just kind of like one mini shower, then one medium shower. No downpour really just yet like we saw against Lawrenceville a couple of weeks ago, but still a fairly decent dousing of precipitation. But everything beyond this kind of little mini mass here Looks to be, it looks gray, but it's not dark gray. Connor Crowley will go on a 1-1 count. He's 1 for 1 with a triple. And like we said, the only run of the game so far here for the Cardinals. So Terra Nova facing Murderers Row here. One away here in the bottom of the third. Lawrence trails Hightstown 2-1. And looking to put a blast into the outfield once again there was Connor Crowley. It's 1-2. And time is going to be called here. I think we might be going into a weather delay.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Yeah, I'd say, if the Cardinals kept that one-run lead and then you go into this weather delay, that's a huge disadvantage. Okay, and now, Hightstown, the Rams come up, they grab 2 runs, they get the lead. Now it's a disadvantage for them. It allows the Cardinals to kind of, like you said, mentally reset, take a breath, talk about what they see with Terra Nova. Now he's back on the mound. I was surprised that I'm sure it's much different in high school or compared to any other level, because usually rain delay means the pitcher is usually done, but he's back and we're ready for some baseball.
It's picking up where we left off 30 minutes ago. 1-2 on the way, and Terra Nova strikes out Connor Crowley. 2 away.
Yeah, we mentioned before we got back on, sucks after 30 minutes of just sitting in the dugout. You have to step in with 2 strikes. And like that, 1 swing, you're down, trying to fight off, trying to get back into a count that you started a half hour ago. Not ideal, but it's a rarity. It doesn't happen often, but got to deal with it that way.
So 2 are away here in the bottom of the third. It brings up Teak Toto, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Fouls 1 to the cage for his first offering, and it is good for Terra Nova as well. He is able to sit for 30 minutes. Looks like he might go a little bit longer in this contest.
Yeah, just giving him extra rest.
So Toto down 0-1 in the count as we welcome you back from a weather delay here. Cardinals trail 2-1. And Toto will see that one go outside from Terra Nova. The count will go even. 2 away, nobody on here. Lawrence trails by 1 in the bottom of the third. Still plenty of baseball to be played for either of these teams. Lawrence opened the scoring, 1-0. But a 2-run RBI double from Dylan Stables brings us to where we are right now. 2-1 on a high off-speed pitch there from Terra Nova. Toto trying to get on the base paths here for Josh McCroskey to potentially bring him home. These 2 southpaws back-to-back in the order. Been a little bit of a trickery for a couple of teams here in the CVC. That's a high ball in foul territory, and able to make a basket grab there was Brian Drews to end things here after a very, very long bottom of the third. So it is 1, 2, 3. With a rain delay mixed in there, but the Cardinals will go back to the batter's box here. Trying to hold, we'll go back to the pitching, we'll go back to the field, I should say here. Trying to keep this game within scoring distance here. Aiden Pitt will come back to the mound as well. The bottom of the order will be due up for Hightstown when we come back to Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Brian Drews will lead off this top of the fourth here with Drews, Vincent, and Jordan Klim due up for the Rams, who lead 2-1, are trying to add on to it here. On 107.7 The Bronx Retro, Aiden Pitt with his first delivery, an outside fastball. Much to the delight of the rowdy Hightstown dugout right now, the team leading by a run. Poot just trying to find that groove, find that rhythm that he was in for the first 2 innings. As Brian Drews will call time, was able to get to first off of a catcher interference error there from Drew Dobkin back on the top of the second. And we had a foul tip from the JV game that went out onto the left center outfield. Vakrosky will throw it back to the JV guys. We'll get back into it. Count is 1-0 towards Brian Drews. Drews trying to get on base for the second time today. We'll see one go high and inside, and it's quickly 2-0. Pooch struggling to find his release point there, and he'll get it there right down Broad Street for the 2-1. Like we said, Drews the lone underclassman here in this order, and a foul tip went right into the thigh there of Drew Dobkin, who was able to just barely get up. It looked like it went off of his thigh. Nonetheless, we'll put a strike against Drews. 2-2.
Yeah,
we know Dobbs is a tough customer.
Yeah, he's a very tough kid. Going back to what we said about this rain delay, we mentioned with Terranova, he settled in after the break. Now you just hope that Poot does the same thing. A long wait to kind of get back on the mound and work like that. Looks good so far. Just got to keep it tight. Make sure things don't get out of control.
Here's a 2-2 from Drews, and right down Broad Street. Drews knew at the second that pitch went into Dobkin's mitt. 7th strikeout of the afternoon so far for Aiden Poot. He's able to kick the convert, hoping his Cardinals can get back in the scoring category on the other side of the ball, and it brings up Cole Vincent with one away. Vincent was walked back in the top of the second. And Poot will jump ahead in the count 0-1. 7 strikeouts in 3 innings right now for Aiden Poot. Just about what we have seen a lot so far from this young junior. Able to get another one there. And he'll jump ahead by a pair. It's 0-2 towards Vincent.
Yeah, so far it looks like he hasn't missed a step. Getting out in front early now in an 0-2 count. Was doing that all throughout the game to start. Looks good.
Low breaking ball there, trying to get Vincent to swing. And that's 3 straight pitches that have gone past Vincent. He's not taking a bite at it. Here's the offering towards Vincent. Swing and a miss there. Strikeout number 8. And it brings up Jordan Klim at the 9-hole. Klim is 0 for 1 with a ground out return to sender back to Aiden Poot in the second inning. Hightstown leads 2-1 at the top of the 4th. Poot looking for a clean side here. Gonna put it right down in there, right down that beautiful strike zone. A little bit smaller for this umpire, but nonetheless, Poot was able to find it. He's dealing right now towards Hightstown.
Yeah, he's really found his spot.
Here's a pop fly straight into the air. Aiden Crowley's got it covered. He'll make the grab. So a clean sheet here for the Cardinals. With nobody on here, be their first 1-2-3 side of the afternoon. Again, a little bit of momentum defensively here for Lawrence. Hoping that spills over into the offensive category. When we come back, the heart of the Lawrence order will be due up with Vikrowski, Williver, and Benitez when we come back to Lawrence Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Josh Vikrowski will lead off the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 2-1 on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson on the call here. In the bottom of the 4th, a little bit later than we anticipated this game was going to go towards, but a 30-minute lightning delay has put the game back by about half an hour or so. Vikrowski trying to speed things up here, but nonetheless just trying to get the Cardinals on the base paths here, and in the run category, they trail 2-1.
Yep, going to look for those bats to really come alive again, and hopefully this break does help.
Terranova with his step, kicks and delivers towards Vikrowski, and that's inside right towards the midsection. 2-0. Looks like the rain, most of the rain clouds passing over ahead of us. It looks like it's a lot all the way over towards West Windsor area to the northeast of us. Vikrowski ahead, 2-0 in the count. And that'll catch the low and inside strike zone for Terranova, and he'll get back in the count. Surprised given the strike zone, they've been able to call that. So Terranova within one ball, or within a strike in the strikeout. He'll kick and deliver towards Vikrowski. who fouled it off of himself.
Hit his leg.
Yeah, it hit Vakrosky right in the leg there. They let it play. I'm surprised the umpires let it play out over at first.
Surprised Josh ran it out.
Tough customer.
Hey, trying to get away with one.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically a hit by pitch there.
Oh,
I mean, you hit yourself with the pitch, so that does it put a base runner on the next time Hightstown comes up to bat?
not quite.
I can dream, damn it.
That's having fun.
2-2 on its way towards Vakrosky, who strikes out swinging. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Terranova. He's fired up, and it brings up Connor Williver.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Terranova doesn't have that stuff that's going to blow you away. He doesn't have the stuff we saw with Tyler Bunnell and Cole Marchetti. He's not going to strike out everybody, but he pitches efficiently, he pitches effectively, and we mentioned his delivery is very hard to read. Just, I guess, the more and more we get into this game, the more the Cardinals will see it.
Pop fly all the way to the service building there. And remember, you go through the first 2 innings of this game, only 1 strikeout of the first 6 outs in the contest. That was from Aiden Crowley back in the bottom of the second. Now, ever since the weather delay, 2 straight strikeouts here for both Crowley and Vakrosky. Toto got out with a fly out to right. And there's a shot low and going towards the gap there. That'll fall down for a base hit. Connor Williver will put the game-tying run at first base, and it brings up Andrew Benitez with 1 away.
Nice little bloop there out into shallow center field, just in no man's land there. Just kind of decent contact, not too hard, but nothing weak for anybody to be able to track it down. Got a runner on now. It's beautiful.
Looks like I thought we had another baseball there from the JV field. Looks like we're not going to have one. That'll bring up Andrew Benitez, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Pops one high into the air, and that's going to come right back towards us. Coming in hot, Jack Black style. Nearly hit CJ right behind him.
Yeah, about I'd say maybe 5
You could hear the thud on the broadcast. I know that for a fact.
I should have brought the glove.
Yes, you could.
Landed right towards us. My glove is still in my truck. But knowing me, I would put it on, be pedaling back, and I would still drop it. It would count as an error. or it would hit me in the midsection. That's a deep shot, but it's going to fall down into right field. Stables is underneath of it. He'll make the grab. That'll put 2 away.
Just same story as the last at-bat. Got under it, and that's kind of been the story of the season for Benitez. He struggled early on, found his rhythm a little bit. We saw a glimpse of potential. He's not as much swing and miss as we saw, but now it's just he's getting under it. He's getting under a lot of it.
It brings up Aiden Crowley with Connor Williver at first. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Lawrence trails 2-1. And that'll go down for a base hit. Williver is going to extend all the way over to third. It could potentially score him. Crowley will go for 2. And Williver, here's the play right at the plate, and he is going to be called out. Williver was trying to go, but the relay was in time. Worden made the tag. And that is all the momentum swinging back in the direction there of Hightstown.
Yeah, I don't think...
I don't know why you send him.
That is all on Jim Mayer there. It is. He had him beat by a country mile. I don't know why you go all the way around there. Especially for Williver. He's not the fastest player on here. It's nothing against him. It's nothing on Williver. He is a great ball player. He's got decent speed, but to send him from they're basically throwing in the relay by the time he was rounding third. I don't understand why even the emergency brakes didn't even go on. To kind of halfway you still can kind of crawl back to third there, but halfway you're committed. You might as well hope for a crappy transfer there, maybe a dropped ball. And
that would have been a perfect opportunity for Drew Dobkin to have potentially put one in there, but Hightstown now with all the momentum in the world as we go to the top of the fifth on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Michael Garino goes down with a called strike 3. That's the 9th K of the afternoon for Aiden Poot. Here as we bring you coverage to the top of the fifth on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. It brings up Daniel Creer, who lines a ground ball right over to Connor Crowley, lofts it over to his younger brother at first, 2 away.
2 quick outs there, making up for the lost time of that weather delay.
I still can't get over the end of that bottom of the fourth. In case you're just tuning in, Aiden Crowley hit a double all the way down the third base or the first base line into the gap. Connor Williver was sent home, and it was out by a country mile there. And I don't get the logic, But you put ducks on a pond. Drew Dobkin has been really good against this pitcher. I know that there's 2 outs and you're trying to run, but it's a very perplexing call. And Alex Worden fouled that off of his left foot. He's in a lot of pain, and he's going to hobble around a couple of times to try to get reset. And like we said, he is in a lot of hurt after that one.
And just last little snippet of what happened. Like, you got to give your guys opportunities too. Like you mentioned, Dobkin had Terranova's number last time they played. You got to play the matchups. Dobkin got on 4 pitches last time. That's another base runner. Could have had bases loaded. I don't care if it's the bottom of this lineup. Every Cardinal can hit. So just to kind of put an end to what could have been a strong inning is just real questionable to me.
Aiden Poot will surrender a ball there towards Alex Worden, who was 1 for 2 with a double. As one of the 2 runs here for Hightstown, Lawrence will have 9 outs to get 1 run across here. The sunshine beginning to park its way out. Strikeout number 10 of the afternoon here for Aiden Poot. He has been dealing diamonds here on the diamond, but the Cardinals looking to get the offense going, trailing by a run. Drew Dobkin, Seneca Sumners, and Aiden Poot will be due up here when we come back to Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Drew Dobkin will lead off here for the Cardinals as we enter the bottom of the fifth on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Trey Wright, CJ Jackson on the call. The one final tune-up here for both these teams before going into the CVC tournament on Friday. Hightstown came in today on a 2-game losing streak. Lost to the Princeton Day School last Wednesday, and lost to Jackson Memorial a couple of days after that. So they're looking to get back on the win column here, looking for their 13th win of the season. Cardinals looking for win number 14 here in 2025. They trail 2-1 with the sunshine beginning to poke out here. Drew Dobkin stepping up for the second time today. He's had 1 plate appearance, was not charged as an at-bat. He was walked back in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the second, I should say, and was stranded there. So Dobkin, who was 3 for 3 last year against Dominic Terranova, will tap back in. Terranova kicks, sets, and delivers towards Dobkin, and that's a worm burner that will go. Not to the backstop, but will still go down as a ball. And it looks like we got some action in the Hightstown bullpen as well. Andrew Emsley warming up there, the senior right-handed pitcher. Warming up if Terranova's not able to get it. Here's a ground ball right over to Jordan Klim. Trying to beat it out was Dobkin. but not able to in time. A low throw there from Klim is going to be swallowed by Anthony Benitez. That's one away.
You know, if Dobkin was able to get on base there, like a nice line drive, that would have been a little more salt in the wound on how last inning ended. You know, obviously, brand new inning, brand new ball game. Yeah, that's with the mindset you want to come into it. Quick out there, no big deal. Yeah, there's still plenty of games left. There's still plenty of game left. Only one run. Seneca Sumner's here trying to change that.
Summers will go down on a called first strike. Summers is 0 for 1 with a ground out, trying to end that little bit of a drought that he's got here in these last couple of games. Has not had a hit in about 2.5 or a week and a half here. We'll love to change that with the top of the order on deck for Aiden Poot. And instead, that'll go right down Broadway, so Terranova jumps ahead. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he's got to fight now. He's got to stay patient. He's got to wait for his pitch now.
So Sumner's in an 0-2 hole right now. Terranova trying to get this second out. Set at the belt, kicks and delivers. And Seneca thought about going right there, but the pitch just broke outside at the last moment. It's 1-2. Some more storm clouds right behind us. Hopefully they blow a little bit more towards the east of us. Sumner's in a 1-2 count. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. Terranova with a delivery and got him swinging. Fourth strikeout for Dom Terranova. Top of the order will flip back over with Aiden Poot.
Yeah, just not much to talk about with that at-bat there. Nice strikeout there from Terranova. Obviously, not for Seneca Sumner's. That's not how you would wanted that one to go. But you like to take the little stuff. Stayed a little more patient than we've seen in the past during that at-bat, so that's a good sign. But other than that, just things he's got to work on.
Aiden Poot will go ahead in the count. It was a dropped first strike there from Alex Worden. It'll go down as a ball there. It was a call to strike, but Worden dropped at the last moment, so Poot got away with one there. Poot's 0 for 2. With the third time of the order here for Dom Terranova, you're going to start to see a little bit of contact here. Here's a ground ball straight back over to Terranova, and he's just going to run it back to first himself. Cardinals go down 1-2-3. With a ground out, a strikeout, and another ground out. They've got 6 outs left here as we go to the top of the 6th. Hightstown trying to add on to their lead here with Stables, Decker, and Benitez due up for Hightstown. We'll come back to Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the 6th from Sonny Natakis Field. Cardinals still trail 2-1 here. After 5 innings played, Dylan Stables, Devin Decker, and Anthony Benitez are due up. Dylan Stables trying to pick up right where he left off back in that top of the 3rd, had a 2-run RBI double. That has put us to where we are right now, and Lawrence has not been able to get anything across in the last 4 innings. They were able to get a run across there on an RBI single from Teak Toto off of a triple from Connor Crowley. Connor Crowley will lead off things for the Cardinals here in just a little bit, but this game is starting to remind me a lot of the Lawrenceville game, CJ.
Yeah, a game like it has a feel like the Cardinals should be out in front. Obviously, Poot is doing everything he can on the mound, 10 strikeouts, working efficiently, inducing weak contact, but that's not what it shows on the scoreboard. So,
and of course, you know, you've got Murderers Row coming up for like the next 6 outs. So, for the next 6 batters coming up here, but you got to get a couple of outs here going. If you want to keep this a 2-1 lead, if you want to keep this lead within striking distance, it's only a run. It's only a 360-foot trot around the base paths. You know, you got Connor Crowley, Toto, and Vakrowski due up in this next side here, but trying to get things going here. Defensively, 0-2 towards Dylan Stables, who was 1 for 2 with that go-ahead RBI double, 2-run RBI double that we documented back in the top of the 3rd. It really gave Hightstown a lot of the momentum. Lawrence trying to get it back. Got him swinging on a high fastball. 11 strikeouts on the afternoon for Aiden Poot. And I'll bring up Devin Decker. Last thing if you want to do for the Cardinals is waste this gem of performance that Poot's got right now.
The pitching's been phenomenal. The defense has been great. It's just offensively.
So it brings up Decker, who is 0 for 2. We'll jump ahead in the count 1-0. And I do have a little bit of a 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon there towards Devin Decker. His two younger twin brothers were both taught by one of my old fraternity brothers over at Hightstown, Nick Zolkiewski, Mr. Z as his teams call him. He and I always have a little bit of friendly banter at this contest every year. We're wishing Mr. Zolkiewski the best of luck at Hightstown going into the home stretch there. It's another year of history underneath of his belt. It's all the connections that you make around here on the CBC.
Yep.
Decker ahead 2-1 in the count. Poot delivers. That's foul to the service building. That's 2-2.
I hope Poot sends this kid packing. I hope he does. I'm watching this kid doing the Soto shuffle here.
Salty Yankees fan.
No, it's not about that. Come on, we're playing high school ball. You're not that. You're the. Come on. Send him packing here.
2-2. Right
Yeah.
down the gullet, and Decker knew it.
Soto shuffle that.
Got a dozen strikeouts on the day here for Aiden Poot. I know you're fired up.
Yeah, baby. Here you go, Poot. He'll be thinking about that one.
I'm the one person at the entire radio station that doesn't hate Juan Soto.
I don't hate Juan Soto.
You were just dissing him because, oh my God, you were literally hoping that this kid would, die because...
Well, he's not Juan Soto. Don't act like Juan Soto.
Yeah, but you were dissing this kid because he was doing a Soto shuffle,
Yeah, come on, man. We're playing high school ball here. No need to be cocky.
Well, who did that from Allentown last year? Was it Dom and Zilla? I think it was. Lindsay will text me if it wasn't Zilla that was doing a Soto shuffle last year, and she loved him because, it was a Soto shuffle and he was on the Yankees. Y'all, you guys as a fan base are just weird.
Well, no, it's not all about that, but just rubbed me the wrong way.
If you did a Joey Gallo pop-out, you'd probably hate him. 1-1 the count. Make it 2-1 towards Anthony Benitez. Nobody out, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Lawrence trailing 2-1. Hightstown trying to keep things going here, trying to get a base runner on. Poot delivers towards Benitez, who fouls one towards the parking lot. That puts a set of 2s on the board. Poot with 3 strikeouts in a row already. Would love to make it 4 in a row, but any way you can get it out here would be exactly what the doctor would be like to have ordered. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. Got him looking once again. 4 straight punch-outs here for Aiden Poot. 13 on the season, or 13 on the afternoon. I believe that ties his career high at 13. Cardinals will go to the batter's box, trying to bring him back and hoping that this gem does not go to waste, CJ.
Yep, 7 of the last 9 batters have been strikeouts for Poot. He found his rhythm when he needed it. Now it's time for the run support.
We'll come back here with Connor Crowley, Teak Toto, and Josh Vikrowski. Due up on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Connor Crowley brings us back from break, and he will lead off here in the home half of the 6th. Cardinals with 6 outs remaining to try to get 1 run across the plate here. They've been dealing defensively 3 clean sheet innings here for the Cardinals, but looking to get things going offensively here is Connor Crowley. Dominic Terranova will remain on the mound, and he'll loft one down the strike zone that Connor Crowley's going to zip by. He'll go down 0-1. Crowley is 1 for 2. Had a triple, a run, and a strikeout on his scorecard so far. Would love to put another one deep in the gap at the 4:02 mark. Terranova kicks and delivers. Ground ball goes foul down the third base line, 0-2. Crowley was able to get the hardest part of the cycle in his first at-bat, a deep triple that rolled all the way over. Cardinals trying to put Hightstown on the back foot here. taking the lead in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 on its way towards Crowley. Line shot will roll over to Jordan Klim. Low throw, but in time towards Anthony Benitez. One away on a ground out. So it brings up Teak Toto, who's 1 for 2 as well. Toto had that RBI single to score the only run in the contest so far for the Cardinals, and he is looking directly into the sunlight right now. That sun is a lot lower than it typically is with how late this game is, with the weather delay we had earlier. Toto staring directly into the sun. He does have the eye black on, so it helps just a little bit. Sees one go right past him, and that's going to be a little bit of a disadvantage here for both Toto and Vikrovsky, these two lefties.
Yeah, we're going to have to hope that these clouds kind of range over in the next few minutes here, kind of block that sun for these guys.
Terranova set, delivers towards Toto, who lines one, will go into the gap for a base hit. So it brings up Joshua Vikrovsky with 1 on and 1 out. And the go-ahead run coming to the plate in the form of Josh Vikrovsky.
Just a perfect piece of hitting there. Beautiful line drive out into center field. Nobody can, no chance to be fielded. Take your stroll up the first. Feel proud that you made beautiful contact on it. Now we got business. Toto, very fast runner, could be a scoring position opportunity here, and depending on if they call steal.
And Vikrovsky lines one right through the gap. That'll put Toto all the way to second. He's going to wire all the way over to third. Relay not in time. And it puts runners on the corners for the Cardinals. Vikrovsky on the first pitch he saw made a loud sound, went right through the gap over and right. And Connor Williver will step in.
Perfect. A nice little ground ball over to first base. Toto got a great jump on it, able to move all the way over to third, trickles out into the outfield. Vikrovsky stays put at first, but now anything hit hard, you'd assume Toto would be moving home. Anything hit in the air in the outfield, you assume Toto would be moving real quickly, and we'd be in a tie ball game.
And James Puglisi is not going to take any chances here. He is going to grab the baseball from Dominic Terranova, and Andrew Emsley will step in here to come in as a little bit of a fireman. With 1 out, 2 on here, runners at the corners for the Cardinals, trying to tie this ball game up in the bottom of the 6th. So as Emsley will warm up here, we're going to take a quick timeout. Lawrence trails 2-1, but they've got 2 on and 1 away here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So James Puglisi will go to his closer early on here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners at the corners for the Cardinals. A golden chance to try to tie this ball game up or maybe even take the lead with a deep shot from Connor Williver. Emsley, however, has been doing his job at that closing spot to perfection. 14 1/3 innings pitched, has only allowed 4 hits and 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 8 walks, 23 strikeouts, and an ERA of $1.47. And Dominic Terranova getting chased out here after going a 5 1/3 innings pitched. He has pitched a gem here, but trying to hope that his team can keep this lead here for Hightstown. Toto is 90 feet away from making it a tie ball game. Joshua Vikrovsky is at first. Connor Williver will step in. Williver is 1 for 2 with a single, and immediately will keep the bat on his shoulder on a high fast first offering there from Emsley. That's 1-0. Fans starting to come to their feet here. Have to see if Josh Vikrovsky potentially steals second here. He's got a little bit of a lead off of first. And a swing and strike there on another high pitch from Williver will put him even in the count, 1-1. Emsley will get the sign here from Warden, trying to turn this golden opportunity gilded here for the Cardinals. And there is a little bit of a low ball there that James Puglisi did not agree with. It looked like it was in the zone, but maybe a little bit inside. Williver will jump back ahead 2-1.
I think it was just because it was dropped.
2 on, 1 away here. Williver will ground one off the glove of Emsley and not able to turn a double play there. And here comes, it goes away from the first baseman. Vakrowski will extend to third. Toto is able to come around to tie it. It's a single and a couple of errors there, and it's a tie ball game right back to where we started from, Maxine Nightingale style. And, well, how do you do?
That's all the Cardinals were looking for. There you go, Terranova out of the game, and boom, jumped on Ensley here. Another funky delivery pitcher here, but they weren't fooled by it. Obviously, seeing Terranova all game, Williver just put nice contact on it up the middle. Didn't get much glove on it. Kind of bobbled around here, kind of crazy out here in the infield, but brings a run across, tie ball game, and now we have a huge bat in the box.
So Williver is able to drive in a run home as Ben Hogger will come on to courtesy run. Put Ducks on a pond with one away, and was looking to be a double play situation for Hightstown. Goes completely wrong, and Andrew Benitez looking to bring Josh Vakrowski home to bring the Cardinals back out in front. Emsley kicks in, delivers, and Benitez will swing on the first pitch that he sees. Cardinals trail 2-1 for the better part of 4 innings, but they were able to get a run across here in the form of Teak Toto. And Andrew Benitez trying to bring home the runners. Vakrowski at third. Hogger is at second. No force out play on a ground ball, so you got playing with house money here if you're Andrew Benitez. Or just hit a ground ball through the gap. It doesn't have to be a home run. Was trying to swing for the fences on that. He'll go down 0-2.
So I like the approach. I like being aggressive, but you have to watch about being overly aggressive. And you look at his last 2 at-bats, deep flyouts. That works. That plays here. That drives in a run. Nice little sac fly. You know, that's probably worst case scenario here for Benitez.
And got him looking there on a pitch that looked a little bit outside. And it's quickly 2 away, and it brings up Aiden Crowley. Yeah. So Emsley will get his first strikeout of the side. It brings up Aiden Crowley. Ducks are on a pond with 2 away. Crowley is 1 for 2 with a double. Lines one deep into right center field. Running back for it underneath of it and able to make the grab there was Creer. Had to run about 40 feet back to make that a spectacular grab, and it keeps the ball game tied on a high flyer into left center.
That is just so unfortunate. A very, very hard hit ball to one of the deepest parts of the field. Just a phenomenal play out there by Creer. There's not much anybody can do other than tip your cap.
So we remain tied going into the 7th here. Hightstown surrenders a run. It's essentially his 0-0 ball game. Aiden Poot will remain on the mound here for the Cardinals. See what these guys are able to do here when we come back to Lawrence Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Aiden Poot looking to lock in here as he approaches his pitching ceiling with Brian Drews coming up here. Here's a little dribbler right over to Sumners. Gloves it, throws it low, but it's into the glove of Crowley, but not in time. And it puts a base runner on here. That was a free out for the Cardinals, and they're not able to use it. It puts the go-ahead run at first. And that is bad news here because that was Poot's 100th pitch of the afternoon. He's only got 10 left in the bank, and that's an out that you really, really want if you're the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, well played by Sumners, charged it well. Obviously, you want a better throw because he bounced it, but still, like, that's a call that has to be made out every time. It has to be. It's just very, very unfortunate.
So it'll bring Cole Vincent up, who was 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, was looking for the bunt play to extend Drews all the way over to second. Not able to lay it down, and now Drews is going to be caught in a little bit of a pickle. High grab, though, from Seneca Sumners, and Dobkin threw it all the way over to short instead of first. And it's another mistake there from the Cardinals.
And there it is. That's the mental errors that we've mentioned time and time again. And just got to run at him. Okay? Even though it was a high throw, throwing it at all just allows him to get back to first base. Just
Bunt is laid down, trying to turn two. Here is Poot. Glove, it's down at second. And they're able to get one away here and take out the runner in scoring position. Poot right now at 103 pitches. He is approaching his ceiling. He looks fairly good right now for being at 103 pitches. But remember, the max you can go in the high school level in New Jersey is 110. 7 pitches here for Poot. And it brings up the 9-hole hitter of Jordan Klim. That's fouled back there by Klim. 104 will be a foul ball. So Vincent will be at second off that 1-6 fielder's choice. Drew's called out there on the fielder's choice. Swing and strike nearly got away from Dobkin. And it's quickly 0-2. Klim trying to keep things alive here for Hightstown. Aiden Poot trying to stay on the mound. Pitch 105 is on its way, and it's a high fastball. 1-2. Pitch 106, I should say. Yep. He's got 4 pitches left in his arsenal. Actually, I believe he can finish the at-bat, I believe is the call. And a swing and strike there, but it's dropped by Dobkin. And he's not going to loft it all the way over to second, but nonetheless, that'll bring Michael Garino up. Poot, 107 pitches. I believe that the rule is that you can finish the batter you're facing with the pitch count. It's the 14th strikeout, a new career high for Aiden Poot. But it brings Michael Garino up here for the Rams. Garino is 0 for 1 with 2 walks, a run, and a strikeout. Poot right now at 108. Klim will jump ahead in the count 1-0. Vincent was able to extend over to second. Poot delivers, and that's low and outside, 2-0. We'll have to see who would come on here to replace Aiden Poot. You don't have Deacon Moore. Maybe Connor Crowley. Maybe Hogger.
You got some options.
Poot right now 2-0, and that's able to catch the strike zone for pitch 109. Aiden Poot looking to go the distance. Lawrence in a tie ball game at 2. 2-1. Here's the offering from Poot. That's fouled back into the cage.
I think that's pitch 111 for Poot.
Deuces are wild. Deuces are wild all across the scoreboard here. 2-2 the game. 2-2 with a runner at second. Poot with his delivery, and staying alive is Klim. If you're Aiden Poot, you just need to finish this batter here. Klim at the leadoff is just trying to keep things alive. Both dugouts getting rowdy. Both sets of grandstands coming to their feet here. Poot checks the runner at second. 2-2 on its way. Low, but not away from Dobkin. It's a full count.
Yeah, it's going to be do or die here for Poot.
So it's 3-2 with 2 away. Runner at second here. Garino looking for his 3rd walk of the afternoon. Poot delivers right towards Klim. Here's a ground ball right over to Connor Crowley. He's got it. Lofts it over to Aiden Crowley and got it. Aiden Poot is able to go the distance here. And the Cardinals will have a chance to walk it off here, tied at 2, CJ.
Just phenomenal. We came into this game expecting this from Poot. He is an elite talent on the mound, and he put it all on display today. 14 strikeouts. Now the bats need to come in here and kind of, make his work worthwhile.
Drew Dobkin, Seneca Sumners, and Aiden Poot will come on here. They'll be due up in the bottom of the 7th. It's stretching time from Sonny Nataka's field. We'll be back in just a couple of moments on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bottom of the 7th in a tie ball game here. 2-2 your score, and Drew Dobkin ahead 1-0 in the count as we welcome you back to Lawrence Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Drew Dobkin ahead by a pair of runs. The man wearing number 2, who was 3 for 3 last year against Hightstown, looking to keep things going here for the Cardinals. Andrew Emsley will see one go into the strike zone there. Drew Dobkin trying to get back in this count. He leads 2-1 in the count. Cardinals and Rams tied 2-2. Foul ball to the back of the cage will make it a 2-2 count. And you gotta wonder who's going to come in here to potentially close out for Aiden Poot. But I mean, hey, Poot could end it himself here potentially if Dobkin's able to get on base.
Yeah.
Emsley with the delivery on its way. A high fastball on a very, very early delivery. It's 3-2. Dobkin in a full count right now. Emsley with his delivery, and he'll stay alive on a foul tip. Hightstown led this game all the way until the bottom of the 6th when an RBI single from Connor Williver came across in the form of Teak Toto. Drew Dobkin trying to get Lawrence their 14th win of the season. 3-2 is on his way and got him swinging. So it'll bring up Seneca Sumners, the 9-hole hitter, with Aiden Poot in the on-deck circle. Emsley with his second strikeout of the day, and Seneca Sumners will come up here. In a big spot here, team tied at 2. And top of the order coming up here for the Rams, top of the order coming up here for the Cardinals. If you're Lawrence, you want to win this game right away.
This is a big opportunity for Sumners here. He has a chance to get himself on base here, get a runner on. He'll be the winner run.
Ground ball right into the glove of Emsley, 2 away.
Just an unlucky line drive. Just kind of scooped it up off the ground. Basically, I'd say that's about a half foot, maybe 6 inches off the ground there. But Emsley's quick reflexes.
So it brings up Aiden Poot. The top of the order cycles over for the 4th time today. Poot, who has pitched a gem on the mound, would love to end it here. That pops out of the glove of Warden, and the count will go 1-0. Poot is 0 for 3 today, 2 groundouts and a flyout. Would love to have his first hit of the day, put him in potential scoring position. Beautiful gap there right between right and center right at the 402 mark. I think he's going to want to put it there. Instead, he has a ground ball that goes foul. It's 1-1. The Blue Skies have rejoined us here at sunny Natakis Field. It has been an up and down weather day here so far. We had a 30-minute rain delay or a 30-minute lightning delay earlier on. We had a brief shower. We have had a little bit of everything. And all since then, the Cardinals still trying to hold serve here in a very, very close competitive ball game here with their top rival in the Colonial Valley Conference. Here's a chopper right back over to Drews. Fires it all the way across the diamond in time. So Poot will ground out for the 3rd time today. And Hightstown will look to keep things scoreless here, or keep things retied here. And we'll see who will pitch here for the Cardinals when we come back on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Connor Crowley will come on here to potentially close things out for the Cardinals. We welcome you back to Lawrence Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson bringing you an instant classic here from sunny Natakis Field. Tie ball game, and we're going into extras here on the top of the 8th. Leads off for the heart of the Rams order. Creer, Worden, and Stables due up here for Hightstown. They'll get the first crack of the bat here at Connor Crowley, who comes into today. Don't typically see him as a reliever. He did come in to relieve his younger brother in the Steiner game back on Saturday. Connor Crowley, 4-0 on the season, 32 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 11 runs and 5 of them earned and has an ERA of 1.8. The lefty of Daniel Creer will lead things off, and a good start here for Connor Crowley. 0-1 on an off-speed pitch that Creer will let go past him. Creer is 0 for 3, and he'll line one right into the glove there of Aiden Crowley, one away on a line drive, and he almost took out the umpire with that missile.
Yeah, that was a line. It was going foul. So if it did get past Crowley, it would be a foul ball. So no damage done there. But you get the out. So that's beautiful there. That's exactly what you want if you're the Cardinals. That's a huge first out for Crowley. Let's keep it moving.
It brings up Alex Worden. 2 strikeouts and a double here to make it a 1 for 3 day. Has the last run, the second and last run here for Hightstown. We're able to score 2 off of a 2-run RBI double back in the top of the 3rd. Worden has struck out 1 time since then. He's struck out looking and struck out swinging twice here. Has not faced Connor Crowley yet today. Crowley in a 1-1 situation. That's down low, 2-1. Hayden Poot now playing in center field. Vakrowski, Poot, and Toto are the outfield, left to right. Caught the low downstairs strike zone. So it's a 2-2 the count. Yariel Guzman will move over to second with Connor Crowley coming to the bump. Crowley in a 2-2 count here. And that's a line drive, and that will fall down for a base hit. Vakrowski is able to have it right in front of him. The go-ahead run will be at first. The insurance run will come on here in the form of Alex Ward, or in the form of Dylan Stables, I should say. It's a bloop single in the left. Nothing to. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to pull back on the trigger there.
We've seen many of those, a couple of those today. Just dropping them in there. No man's land. Nobody can field it.
Swing and strike there from Dylan Stables. He is also 1 for 3. Had that 2-run RBI double back in the top of the 3rd. That got Hightstown in front for 4 innings. For Lawrence responded in kind. And that's a foul tip to the back of the cage, and it's quickly 0-2. I'm surprised that Stables trying to take a poke at that. I ain't complaining.
No, you'll take that.
So Crowley will jump ahead. Stables in an 0-2 hole. Runner at first in the form of Alex Worden. 1 away, top of the 8th, tie ball game. Crowley with the delivery, and that's a foul tip just barely to the backstop. Stables will stay alive with Devin Decker coming up here. Stables looking for his 2nd hit of the afternoon here after that double. Crowley's got the sign from Dobkin, and that's a drive all the way. It'll come down for another base hit. So runners at first and second after back-to-back singles, and Jim Mayer is going to talk with Connor Crowley here.
Just going to give your guy a breather here. I'd like to mention, a few weeks ago when we played at Notre Dame, granted we did have a 10-run lead, but late in the game, Aiden Crowley was in, and like I said, huge lead. But Notre Dame were able to string together 6 straight base hits, and you see now that Hightstown back-to-back singles here in the top of the 8th. You got a good hitter up here, obviously your 5-hitter. Not a good day for him so far, but still somebody who can definitely hit the baseball.
So 2 are on here with 1 away, and it brings up Devin Decker, who is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a fielder's choice. A couple of force-out opportunities here for the Cardinals with an infield ground ball. Decker is trying to drive home at least a run. He'll chop one. That's going to go right through the hole. It'll score. No, being held up at 3rd will be Worden, and the bases are loaded on a hot shot ground ball right through the hole, and it brings up Anthony Benitez.
3 straight singles now, bases loaded, only 1 gone. Yes, you have the double play opportunity to get out of this inning, but in high school that is a long shot. That's not something you see often. You need a perfectly placed ground ball, and you got Seneca Sumner's out there and Yariel Guzman, who hasn't got many reps at second this season. So you pray for it.
Line shot, all the way. We'll go with Aiden Poot. Tagging from third will be Worden. The play is going to be in time. Double play. What a tag there from Drew Dobkin. Aiden Poot with $1 million throw from center. Got him on line. Dobkin finished it. It's a 7-2 double play. Goodness gracious. Good morning and good night there, Hightstown.
Who are you running on? This is the Aiden Poot Show. 7 straight innings of great pitching, 14 strikeouts. Now he moved out to center field and saves the game.
And that was pitch number 113 of the afternoon there. Absolutely no doubt about that. Lawrence will keep it a tie ball game here going into the bottom of the 8th. What a contest we got here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back on 107.7 The Bronx Retro.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Aiden Poot, with the play of the year candidate there, if the Cardinals are able to get this win today, was able to make the fly out in deep center field and made an absolute beauty of a throw to Drew Dobkin. Dobkin made a tag, and we remain tied here going in the bottom of the 8th with Murderer's Row coming up, CJ.
I don't know how Aiden Poot's arm is still on his body. He pitched 112 pitches. He comes out of the game and immediately throws an absolute strike from the deepest part of center field. I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I have to ask him. We have to ask him. If we win this game, we'll definitely be talking to him.
Well, I know that Mike Poot, his father, definitely a proud papa after that play. Connor Crowley in a 1-0 count, make it a 2-0 count, and now all the momentum swings over to Lawrence after that gem of a play. It looked like it was going to be a surefire tag-up sac fly there from Anthony Benitez, but Worden was caught out on a dime throw there from Poot. Emsley will get one back in the 2-1, and if you're Hightstown, the same thing happened. It's the same thing we saw it happen with Connor Williver, and we saw it happen here to Hightstown. Here's a pop fly into shallow right field. Running up forward is Dylan Stables, and he's able to make the grab. One away with Teak Toto coming to the plate. So Toto, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, one of them being an RBI, will come to the plate here. Toto with 2 singles on the day so far, 2 for 3 with a fly out to his credit. That's a worm burner from Emsley, and Toto will jump ahead in the count 1-0. Last thing you want to do here for the Cardinals is waste your outs. And that'll go downstairs a little bit higher that time from Emsley, but nonetheless, Toto, who leads the Cardinals in walks this season, will jump ahead 2-0. That one's able to find the strike zone on that slider. 15 walks on the season for Teak Toto. Was halfway home to making it 16. Most importantly, just trying to put the go-ahead run here. In the bottom of the 8th, Lawrence 2, Hightstown 2, extra innings here from Sonny Natakis Field. And that's a worm burner. They'll make it a 3-1 hitters count. Toto just trying to find a sweet spot here. I don't know if he gets the green light.
I don't think so, and especially in a spot like this.
I don't believe he does.
One. You need one. You need base runners. There's no point of risking an out. You're in a great spot.
Emsley with the delivery, and that'll go down as a strike. Toto just threw the bat away, expecting that was going to go. Alex Worden having a giggle at that after that. It looks a little inside, but nonetheless, Toto will be in a full count here, and he's all about momentum, and he's going to call time.
He's going to make them pay for them laughing at him for that. You know, they're all giggling, oh, pick up the bat, pick up the bat. He's going to make them pay. Make them pay, Toto. Let them know who you are.
3-2, one away here. Toto lines one. That's a rocket out. All the way off of the wall. Going for two will be Toto. It's off for the wall. Toto running around. He's going to go all the way over to three. Drop ball there by the second baseman, and they made him pay for laughing right there. Sliding triple 90 feet away from scoring. Like you said, CJ, you laugh at me, that's a shame on you. A sliding triple to the hot corner. Josh Vakrowski with an opportunity to have a walk-off.
That dugout real quiet now, real quiet. Teak Toto, one of the best hitters in this lineup, the most mature hitter that I've ever seen play, lining one all the way to that red monster, and he not for a second doubted he was running to third.
Lined it all the way over there like Connor Crowley did. Second triple of the afternoon here for the Cardinals. Vakrowski in a big spot. Pops one foul. So trying to tee off on that one. Game-tying run 90 feet away here for the Cardinals. They've got 2 outs to play with both Vakrowski and Williver stepping up here big. And Vakrowski will see one whiz inside. It's 1-1. In case you're just tuning us, Teak Toto with his 3rd hit of the day is able to get a triple here to put the game-winning run 90 feet from the plate. Pop fly going foul. And everybody tucking and covering here, and Vakrowski down to his last strike. Lawrence with a diamond situation right now on the diamond. Vakrowski in a 1-2 count. Anything towards the outfield will win it here for Lawrence. Hemsley delivers 1-2 there and got him swinging. So Vakrowski will go down as the second out. And Connor Williver will step in. Williver batted in the game-tying run last year, or game-tying run back in the bottom of the 6th. Can he bat it in now? Toto is at third. Williver with just a line drive would win the game, and he swung for the fences on that off-speed. So the Hightstown dugout will get a bit more active here. Emsley just trying to find his pitch, so is Williver. And that's high and away. Williver will keep the bat on his shoulder. It's 1-2. Infield shift here for the Rams. 2-2 with a game-winning run 90 feet away. Williver trying to drive home Toto. And that is a little down low, and the Hightstown bench cannot believe it.
It's been like that all day.
It's been a very, very stingy strike zone all afternoon. Williver tapping in here. He's ahead 2-1. Here's the offering from Emsley. That's a ground ball. Will come over to the third baseman. Drew's trying to make the throw, and he'll do it. So Hightstown survives. Toto was 90 feet away from winning it for the Cardinals, but will go to the top of the 9th with Hightstown with a really, really good inning there. Able to get 2 straight outs on a strikeout and a ground out.
Unfortunate. We can't finish innings, and that's been the story today. We've had runners in scoring position. We've had runners on third base. It's the second triple we've seen today. Obviously, the one scored Connor Crowley, but when it matters, we can't get them across.
So we'll go to the top of the 9th here with Hightstown, a little bit of momentum in their sails, and a 2-2 ball game on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the 9th inning here from Sonny Natakis Field. Brian Drews will lead things off. After a golden situation for the Cardinals turned gilded, Teak Toto was 90 feet away from making it a 3-2 win for the Cardinals. But 2 straight outs there for the Rams will keep them in this contest here. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson bringing you coverage. And it's the bottom of the order due up here for Hightstown. Drews, Vincent, and Klim on here. And we have had one whale of a ball game. 3.5 hours into today's game, approaching 4 hours on the air here. None of these teams giving an inch. 2-1. The count towards Brian Drews, who is 0 for 3, but has been able to get on base twice with a pair of errors. And that's in the strike zone. Drews didn't look like they agreed with that. It's 2-2. Of course, we went on air at 3:40. So actually approaching 3 hours of airtime here in this contest. 2-2 towards Drews. That's a ground ball right over to Williver. Lofts it to Aiden Crowley and a routine 5-3. One away on the ground out. It brings up Cole Vinson. 0 for 2 was walked in the top of the second. Would love to drive in a run here to put Hightstown out in front. And he's going to take a hack at that. A little half-hearted at that. It's 0-1. So it's 0-1 the count here in favor of Connor Crowley. He kicks in, delivers, and that's right down Broad Street. It's 0-2. Neither of these teams willing to give each other an inch here. It is a 2-2 ball game. 0-2 the count with one away, and that's going to whiz up high. Looks like we got a little bit of action in the Hightstown bullpen. We'll get a number for you in a brief moment. Crowley still ahead in the 1-2 count. Here it comes, and that'll go down. It's 2-2. And it looks like Anthony Benitez is warming up in the bullpen here, the lefty reliever, to come in here potentially to keep this game extended. And got him on the strikeout there, so Connor Crowley able to get his first K of the afternoon. 2 away.
I'm running out of room on my scorecard here. We go any longer?
Yeah, you got another page.
Yeah. I'll have to buy another book by the end of this season. I'm running out of pages.
Jordan Klim will go in a 1-0 count here. Takes the ball outside. Top of the order on deck here for the Rams. That's a pop flying into shallow right field. Seneca Sumners is calling it. He is underneath of it, and he makes the grab. So 1, 2, 3 goes the bottom of the order here on the top of the ninth for Hightstown. Once again, another walk-off opportunity for the Cardinals. Yariel Guzman, Aiden Crowley, and Drew Dobkin. I'll do up here when we come back on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tie ball game in the bottom of the ninth here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Yariel Guzman will lead things off here, replacing Andrew Benitez. After Benitez was 0 for 3, Guzman coming on here. As Benitez was taken out of the field, Guzman will come out to replace second base. He immediately takes one inside, a spin away from that to prevent him getting hit. And it's golden hour here in Lawrence Township. Benitez staring right into the setting sun. 2 straight inside pitches there from Andrew Emsley will put him ahead 2-0. Lawrence tied this ball game up back in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll catch the strike zone down low for the 2-1. Got to go all the way back to that top of the 8th there, that game-saving top of the 8th there from Aiden Poot, who mowed down Alex Worden. Swing and strike there for Yariel Guzman will put him down to his final strike. It's 2-2. Guzman batting .278 on the season. 5 hits, one of them being a triple. Would love to get another triple here today, and he's going to call time.
Yeah, you mentioned the mowing down worded, but I'd like to go back. We mentioned it earlier. Connor Williver, when he was thrown out at home. That's the deciding factor here.
Swing and a miss there. Struck him out. So Guzman will be the first out here, and it brings up Aiden Crowley. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Andrew Emsley. Crowley is 1 for 2 with a double back in the bottom of the 4th. And CJ, you mentioned Williver being tagged out there. It's really where the complexion of this game changed.
That's the deciding run right there. This game would have been over 2 innings ago. We would have been all happy, but
you would have had some more ink on your score sheet. I think that's the main reason why you're complaining about that.
I am not too pleased with the remaining pages of my score sheet. I'll have to go out and get another one, but
line drive right into the glove of Brian Drews. 2 away. Just unfortunate there. And Drews, right place, right time, and brings up Drew Dobkin. So Dobkin still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Struck out against Emsley back in the bottom of the 7th. Emsley with a delivery towards Dobkin, who fires one right down the center, 0-1. Still a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 9th. Emsley kicks in, delivers, ground ball right into the glove of Emsley. He's off target, but he's going to be able to loft it over to first in time. Cardinals go down 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 9th. We're going into unheard territory here in high school baseball. Top of the 10th here from Sonny Natakis Field. Top of the order due up here for Hightstown on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the 10th inning from Sonny Natakis Field. It remains a 2-2 ball game with Hightstown's top of the order due up here. With Michael Garino, Daniel Creer, and Alex Worden up in the top of the 10th. If you're Lawrence, you want another shutdown inning here. They've had 4 of those today, and one of those was with the top of the order. Garino, Creer, and Worden going down 1, 2, 3 back in the top of the 5th. Would like to mimic that inning to a T. Connor Crowley will remain on the mound here for the Cardinals. Again, this is the final tune-up for Lawrence before the CVC tournament begins on Friday against Trenton. And tomorrow's game against Passaic Tech was canceled a couple of days ago, so no need to really worry about it making it a bullpen game. But Michael Garino is 0 for 2 with a run and 2 walks. Who coming in a little bit more shallower here is Garino, who has not hit anything out of the outfield so far. Will lead off in the top of the 10th. Here's the first offering from Connor Crowley. He got away from him, nearly got him in the shoulder. So Garino, who's been walked twice today already, will start well. It's 1-0. Make it a 2-0 count on a worm burner down low. Hightstown trying to get back into the dance here. 2-0 with the count here towards Garino. He'll let one go past him there on the 2-1. Connor Crowley just trying to keep this game tied for Lawrence, potentially walk it off. 2-1 on the way towards Garino. Missed up high. It's 3-1. Now Connor Crowley's got to battle back here. Trying to set things off well here is Garino, trying to do the same as Crowley. 3-1 on its way, and that got in there. Garino was heading down first. So the count goes full here towards Garino as Crowley is able to get a called second strike. 3-2 on its way. Ground ball right over to Sumners. It's a little dribbler, but it's made contact there. Still going to be called out at first. Will be Connor Crowley, or Aiden Crowley, I should say, as Connor Williver made contact with Seneca Sumners, getting that baseball. They're able to make the play just in time. That was too close for comfort there on the 5-3.
Yeah, that made me cringe a little bit. You know, communication is key. Somebody's got to call that off. But again, like, you're both charging it. It's competitive play. We're glad that it didn't turn into anything bad. Still got the out, so we kind of brush it off like, whew. But still, Got to clean that up, especially for heading into competitive play.
Daniel Creer will come on here. He is 0 for 4, a ground out, a strikeout, a fly out, and a line out on his scorecard right now. Creer ahead 2-0 in the count. Crowley kicks in, delivers, and it's 3-0. So Creer with a lot of wide open space here in a 3-0 count, trying to get the go-ahead run at first right now. That'll be a called strike, first strike, so Crowley will get one back. Now the chess match begins.
I don't think he swings.
3-1 on its way, and that's a line drive. Will fall down for a base hit.
I was wrong.
And Creer will stay over at first. Go-ahead run will be at the cold corner, and it brings up Alex Worden, who was 2 for 4 with a single, a double, an RBI, or a single and a double, and 2 strikeouts. That lone single coming against Connor Crowley. Dobkin gives the sign to Crowley. Runner at first, 1 away, top of the 10th inning, 2-2 ball game. That's high and tight as that got a little bit away. Crowley just trying to find his release point there. Worden trying to extend Creer all the way over to third with a hit potentially. And instead, he's not going to swing at that. It's 2-0.
Just not getting out in front of guys here. This is back-to-back at-bats with 2 balls to start. We saw it all day with Poot. He was getting out in front, putting his guys in good spots, but Crowley's got to find that.
Breaking ball will go into the strike zone, so Crowley will get in the count. It's 2-1. 2-2 ball game, top of the 10th. It has been a long one here, the longest game of the season for the Cardinals against Hightstown. 2-1 on its way. That's upstairs, 3-1. Just trying to get that down a little bit lower there if you're Connor Crowley. Especially with Dylan Stables in the on-deck circle, who's 2 for 4 with a 2-run RBI double. You want to get this out.
This is not a good spot. It's really not.
Crowley on the 3-1 and teeing off there on a ball that was going to be a strike. Will put the count full towards Worden.
Yeah, you have to take one big sigh of relief he got under that one. Because in a 3-1 spot and you're missing high, you got to make sure you don't overcorrect and spike one. So good on that. But then you're leaving it over the plate. So you got to be glad.
Clear goes, and that one plunks Worden right in the shoulder. Puts a runner in scoring position for Dylan Stables.
I think Crowley thought that maybe Worden leaned in on that one, trying to get some free bases, but no call from the umpire. I mean, that's real tough to kind of accuse a batter.
It's a little
of that.
bit in a tight game like this,
Yeah.
you know. Obviously would like to see the call go your way, but it brings up Dylan Stables. Swings on the first pitch that he sees, fouls it back for the 0-1. Stables right now has been the Achilles heel for this Cardinals team. 2 for 4 with a 2-run RBI double to get all or both of the runs here for Hightstown so far, and had a single back in the top of the 8th. And got him on the off-speed there. It's 0-2. Getting ahead in counts here for Crowley.
Yes, this is a good sign. Now 0-2 count. All these Cardinals pitchers, they like to go low and away in this spot. I expect him to go there. But if not, maybe an inside fastball, try to catch him a little off balance.
0-2 towards Stables, who slices one to the parking lot to stay alive.
There it was, that inside fastball, just sliced it out into foul territory. But look, rinse, repeat, same spot. Not sure he'll go back to that fastball. Maybe he'll lean off speed now.
2 on with 1 away here. Hightstown 2, Lawrence 2. And another foul ball for Stables to keep him alive in the box. It's still an 0-2 count. If I'm Crowley, I'm just low and outside slider.
Yeah.
Just try and, get it away from the strike zone, trying to get him to take the bait. You have to try. You got 3 balls to work with here. You're ahead 0-2. See what he does. Runners checked. Crowley kicks and delivers, and another foul ball pops out of play. Just throwing everything right into Stables' wheelhouse, but Stables just trying to stay alive, down 0-2. So it remains an 0-2 count. We'll do it again. 2-1 here. Runner in scoring position at second for Daniel Creer. Crowley checks him. 0-2 on its way, and an outside pitch. He got him on the outside slider. Dobkin was able to jump across in time. You're able to test him a little bit.
I think that pitch came a little later than we expected it should have been. Just he kept trying to pump in fastballs, and then Stables just spits on the off speed.
And another high fastball there, trying to get Stables to bite. It's 2-2. Now you want to try to keep working back into that strike zone here, trying to get him to bite. And Drew Dobkin's going to talk a little bit of strategy there with his senior reliever. Two with 1 away, 2 on here in a 2-2 ball game. Crowley checks the runners. 2-2 on its way. Pop fly. It's fair, or it's in playable territory. And getting the out there is Connor Williver. 2 away on a pop fly. Got it in foul territory. Connor Williver able to get the second out on the board here, and that was the biggest out of the contest for the Cardinals.
It sure was. The fact that stayed in, I'm real surprised. That was about maybe 2 or 3 feet away from going into foul territory. Just went the Cardinals' way. You don't want to chalk it up to luck, but still, that was a great pitch by Crowley. Got induced a nice high pop fly. Got the second out of the inning. Job's not finished yet.
Brings Devin Decker on. 2 on, 2 away. Decker will see a looper that'll go into the strike zone for the 0-1. JV game is wrapped up over on the other side, so it's a packed full house here at Sonny Natakis Field. Everybody cheering on these top 2 rivals in the Colonial Valley Conference. Devin Decker will call time. Decker is 1 for 4 with a single against Crowley back in the top of the 8th. Creer at second, Worden at first. 2 on with 2 away in a 2-2 ball game. 0-1 is on its way, and that's a worm burner that Dobkin will block and prevent from going to the backstop.
You're really just looking to keep anything out of the outfield here. You don't even want to even try to induce even a fly ball because the wind has really picked up.
And got him swinging there, down to their final strike of the side here are the Hightstown Rams. And the top of the 10th, it has been a long one here today, approaching 7 o'clock local time. Connor Crowley just trying to get one final out here to bring Lawrence back into the batter's box. 1-2 on its way, and a low slider will make it 2-2. Creer at second in scoring position, Worden at first. And a 2-2 count here. Deuces wild towards Decker, swing and a miss, got him! Connor Crowley with his second strikeout of the afternoon will get Lawrence out of a big jam. It'll put them in the driver's seat to potentially end this game in the bottom of the 10th.
Yes, just perfect. I know, got guys on base. It's a little nerve-wracking. Come up there, not really finding your spot, not really getting ahead of guys. But he changed it very, very quickly. Got in front of guys, making them fight, making them uncomfortable. Just beautiful there. Had Decker's number. Decker all day is, really unimpressed by him. But we're good.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 10th with Seneca Summoners, Aiden Poot, and Connor Crowley due up with a new pitcher on the mound here, and Anthony Benitez, the left-handed southpaw, trying to keep these Lawrence bats at bay on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We are here in the bottom of the 10th with Anthony Benitez stepping onto the mound, the left-hander, trying to get things going here defensively for Hightstown in a 2-2 ball game here. Seneca Sumners, Aiden Poot, and Connor Crowley due up. We'll step aside for station identification here. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Anthony Benitez comes in with a record of 4-1, a .135 ERA is his record with 24 strikeouts. James Puglisi reaching deep into his bullpen right now. So Benitez slotting over from first base, and that will put Manny Gonzalez over at first as his replacement. Seneca Sumners is 0 for 3, trying to get things going positively here in this bottom of the 10th. It has been a long one so far, an inside pitch right at the belt to start off the bottom of the 10th. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson on the call today. Fans all across Lawrence Township flocking out here, and Seneca Sumners is gonna get plunked. So Sumners will put the game-winning run at first, and it brings up Aiden Poot here.
Yeah, Sumner's kind of been quiet all day, but that is one of the hugest moments of this game. Getting in there, taking a pitch off the back. I know it has to hurt, but you got to feel good if you're Sumners. That is what we were looking for. We haven't seen it much today. To start the inning off with a runner on, especially here in the bottom of the 10th.
And looking for the pickoff attempt there, nearly got it.
That would have killed it.
So Aiden Poot showing bunt right here, pulls back just in time. But will go down a strike? I guess it was down Broad Street. Poot showing infield bunt, trying to turn 2 here. And another pickoff attempt, nearly got away there from Manny Gonzalez. Nearly got away from Michael Garino, I should say, as well.
No balk?
And Jim Mayer is incensed that that wasn't a balk. And the field judge is going to have a little bit of a conversation with him. Everybody in this ballpark thought it was a balk, and
there was nobody covering first either. So I'm not sure what Benitez was doing.
And we're going to get the home plate umpire having a big conversation here. This is a very, very big call here. If this is indeed a balk, and we're going to get it talked over. You know, everybody in this ballpark thought that it should have been a balk here. Jim Mayer is going to plead his case, and a little bit of a defensive breakdown there for Hightstown. And it looks like that the call is going to remain the same here. So Pooh will go down 0-1.
Yeah, there's not really much the umpire can do. It's a judgment call. It would be a judgment call if he did call it. So obviously there's no review or anything. But if Jim were to just mosey out there and convince him, yeah, it would have caused havoc.
Poot lays down a bunt, and that'll extend Sumners over to second, one away on a beautiful bunt there from Aiden Poot. Puts a runner in scoring position. Connor Crowley trying to end things here.
That's that small ball that we haven't seen at all today. That small ball game kind of diminished when Deacon Moore went down. We forgot to really kind of mention that at all, but there it is. You move the runner over, only one gone. You got speed on the bases. We're in a prime position to walk it off here, and look who is right behind Connor Crowley. If Connor Crowley can hit something in the air, hit something on the ground to move Sumners over, look who's in the on-deck circle.
Connor Crowley got the scoring started back in the bottom of the first with a triple, and it was batted home there by Teak Toto. He'll immediately take a hack at that one, 0-1. Benitez just trying to get things going. Runner at second for the Cardinals, and Teak Toto in the on-deck circle. Cardinals dugout starting to come alive. Benitez beginning to feel the pressure on the hill. One out, runner at second, and looking for a bunt there was Crowley. Tried to catch the infield off guard. That was a very smart play there from Crowley.
Yeah, just not executed very well. Really like the idea.
So the count goes 0-2 here towards Connor Crowley. Benitez trying to get this second out. Seneca Sumner's in scoring position at second. Fans coming to their feet. And Benitez will call time. Crowley down an 0-2 hole, but he is standing deep in the dugout right now. Or he is standing deep in the batter's box. Got a very open stance there. Would love to plug something all the way over to left. Benitez kicks in, delivers on the 0-2, high and inside. Daylight beginning to run out here. Official sundown is 8 o'clock here in Lawrence, New Jersey. Connor Crowley trying not to get us to the bottom of the 11th. Bottom of the 10th here. Crowley will see one high and tight, 2-2. So Crowley will take 2 straight high and tight pitches towards him. Benitez just trying to get that second out. 2-2 on its way. Got him swinging on a foul tip. Big out there for Hightstown, and Teak Toto will come on with 2 away.
Yeah, we saw this a few innings ago. We had a runner on third to walk it off, stranded. Now we got a runner on second, 2 outs. You pray, you hope that you don't strand another runner in scoring position and extend this game any further.
Teak Toto, the best chance for the Cardinals to get this game ended here. He is 3 for 4 with 2 singles, an RBI, one of those being an RBI, and a triple in this contest. And James Puglisi is going to have a mound meeting here and talk a little bit of strategy with everybody on the hill. It has been a fantastic game so far in this contest. And Cardinals with an opportunity to try to win this contest. And if the Cardinals are able to win, stick around for the Lawrence postgame show here where we will reveal our MVC, Most Valuable Cardinal of the contest. We know who one of them absolutely is going to be. We'll see if we could potentially get 2 here. And they're going to intentionally walk Teak Toto. Saw that one coming from a mile away. It'll bring up Josh Vakrowski.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Maybe they would have tried to pitch around him. They came walking out of that kind of huddle like they were going to pitch to him. Nonetheless, put him on first. But, yeah, earlier in the season you saw that a lot. But Vakrowski has really turned into an elite hitter. I mean, who would you rather face, Toto or Vakrowski? I mean, I guess they would go
top socket or bottom socket.
Yeah.
I mean, Vakrowski's got the numbers, but Toto has been a gem today. Vakrowski with a beautiful opportunity to try to end this ball game in the bottom of the 10th.
I'd say a ground ball in the gap here with Sumner's on second and his speed. He can easily score.
Benitez checks Sumner's back at second. Here's his first offering, and that's right in the strike zone as Benitez lost his footing, is able to get back on the mound here. It's 0-1 towards Vakrowski. No pressure. 2-2 game. Just do something that you've done a million times before. Line one right through the 4-6 gap.
They got a real interesting shift here.
Sumner's at second, Toto at first. 0-1 towards Vakrowski, high and away, nearly got to the backstop. Warden have to spring all the way up to grab that one.
They got the second baseman, Garino. I mean, now he's a little over towards our right now, but he was super left trying to play that pull because Vakrowski, he likes to pull the ball, but he's also an all-fields hitter. We've seen it throughout the season. He can line one. There's a huge gap there.
And spiking that one, now got away from
I think he called time.
So Benitez, as Vakrowski called time, Benitez will let go of the pitch here. 1-1 the count towards Vakrowski. Runners at first and second, bottom of the 10th, 2-2 your score. Benitez checks Sumner's back at second, center of the belt, kicks and delivers. Bukowski down on a strike, 1-2 the count.
He's looking to make up for that strikeout last time. You know, with Toto on third, now he has another opportunity to really be the hero.
2 away in the bottom of the 10th, 2 on here. Benitez trying to get that final out in the bottom of the 10th. Here comes the offering, got him swinging. So the Cardinals will strand 2 more runners here. We'll go to the top of the 11th on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So it is the top of the 11th inning here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson bringing you coverage of a marathon here at the high school level. Lawrence 2, Hightstown 2, the top 2 teams in the Colonial Valley Conference throwing bombs at one another. But it has been a pitcher's duel for the last 4 innings. That one gets away from Drew Dobkins, so it'll go to the backstop there. Anthony Benitez, who was able to get 2 of the 3 outs via strikeout. Will come on here. And he'll foul one off of his foot to go 1-1. Benitez is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a fly out and flew out back in the bottom on top of the 8th. Beautifully placed pitch there from Connor Crowley. The count goes 1-2. We do have 50 minutes of daylight to work with here. Of course, no lights. I am wearing sunglasses, so it's a little bit darker from my perspective. Here's the 1-2 from Crowley, and got him swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Connor Crowley, keeping Lawrence in this contest, and it brings up Brian Drews.
Pitcher's duel. Throughout the starters, the relievers, this has just been nothing but a pitcher's duel.
Hightstown's lone 2 runs coming back in the top of the 3rd off a 2-run RBI double there from Dylan Stables, but they are a long ways away from getting back to Stables in the order. They're down to their bottom of the lineup with Brian Drews, who's 0 for 4, has been able to get on base twice with a pair of errors. But this bottom of the order has not been what you want if you're a Hightstown fan. No hits here through 12 at-bats. Have been able to get on base 3 times with 2 errors and a walk. And that's a knock into shallow right field. Teak Toto will make the grab, 2 away.
That's another, bloop-like hit that we've seen throughout the day today. But this one traveled a little further than the others. And Toto just ranges over, grabs it out of the air. I mean, that's what a catch is, and boom, there's an out.
Cole Vinson will come on with 2 away. He'll take one low and inside to start off ahead in the count. Vinson started the day with the 2nd walk issued by Aiden Poot, but he's got 2 strikeouts and hit the ball into a fielder's choice back in the top of the 7th. And he'll foul one off there for the 1-1. In case you're tuning in to hear some of the classic hits of the 50s through the 90s, it is still Lawrence baseball time here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. 1-1, make it a 1-2 on a swing and strike there from Cole Vinson, right into the wheelhouse of Connor Crowley. Vinson down in a 1-2 hold, 2 away with nobody on. Strikeout, he got him! K number 4 of the afternoon for Connor Crowley. Another clean sheet here for the Cardinals, and they'll go to the batter's box once again. It is the bottom of the 11th inning on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Connor Williver to lead things off here in the bottom of the 11th. It has been a long one here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Williver, Guzman, and Aiden Crowley to potentially end things here in a marathon contest. The sun beginning to set right over down the left field line, and Williver will foul one to the cage there to go down 0-1. Williver today, 2 for 4 with two singles, one of them being an RBI. And a high fastball there from Benitez. Will nearly go to the backstop. The sun dangerously low, right above the treetops, all the way over and left. A picturesque day here as Connor Williver will step in. He'll take one outside. 2-1 the count. Benitez wanted that one back a little bit. Cannot really see anything down the third base line. The shadows, the longest that they have been this season. Williver ahead, 2-1 in the count. Here's the pitch from Benitez, and looking to get the strike there was Williver, and he got it. It's 2-2. So Benitez will go back even in the count here, and a 2-2 count. Williver just trying to get a base runner on for the Cardinals. Here's the 2-2, and it got him right in the rear end. That's going to sting tomorrow, but right now the go-ahead run at first base on the second plunk of the afternoon here by Anthony Benitez.
That's the second straight hit by pitch to lead off the inning. We had Sumner's last inning. Now Williver now, obviously last inning, not able to bring Sumner's home. He was stranded on second, but now we have another opportunity. Let's do it again. Rinse, repeat, short memory. It's a 0-0 ball game. Think of it as it's the first inning.
Guzman looking to bunt, did not pull back in time, or did he? They're going to say that he didn't go?
He didn't. Not in my eyes.
Wow.
Hey.
You know, we take those, and credit to Yariel, who's got like I can't believe I got away with that look on his face. So Guzman will go ahead 1-0 on the bunt attempt and pulled it back in time, and they're going to say it was another ball outside. It's 2-0.
They got Benitez rattled on the mound now.
Guzman will show bunt once again. Connor Williver leading off. That's a bunt down the first base line. Williver racing over. They're able to get the tag there at first. But Williver 180 feet away from winning this game.
There you go, nice little sack bunt, move the runner over, just easy as that, nothing else to really say. It's like a nice baseball play, the Cardinals are real good at it.
Alex Worden having a quick talk with his relief pitcher. It's another runner in scoring position for the Cardinals, and that has been one of the many storylines that we've got here. They have stranded 5 runners in scoring position here so far today. Had a lot of scoring opportunities, but not able to capitalize on them. Aiden Crowley trying to change that. He is 1 for 4 with a double back in the bottom of the 4th. He'll tap back in here. The yearbook photographer was here earlier. Hopefully he's here because these are some beautiful, picturesque, photogenic opportunities here for both of these teams. Benitez delivers, and that's right at the belt. 0-1 towards Crowley.
Yeah, that's a pitch you kind of, tilt your head at, like, didn't get the call, but
kind of wanted that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of these teams willing to give each other an inch. 0-1 towards Crowley. Puts a charge into that one, but it goes foul. It's 0-2. Sun continuing to set here. We've got about 40 minutes of daylight left here. This game may go deep here into the 7:30 hour. 0-2 the count for Aiden Crowley. Benitez checks Williver back at second. Fires it all the way over. That's a shot that's going to go popped high into the air. Multiple players trying to make the grab, and it falls. Brian Drews had it in his glove, but he lost it. And he'll go down as an E5. And Lawrence survives just a little bit there as Aiden Crowley will go to first.
Can't blame that on the sun, because it's practically down. But yeah, I mean, that had a chance to go foul. It was basically on the line there. Third baseman reigns over, drops it in fair territory. Hey, it goes down as an error, but that's a base runner, no matter what it's written as.
Aiden Crowley at first, Connor Williver at second. Drew Dobkin swings on the first offering that he sees. It's 0-1. Dobkin looking for his first hit today, 0 for 3 with a walk. Both of these teams just trying to put each other on the brink here. Two of the top teams in the Colonial Valley Conference. 0-1 on its way. There's a shot into right field. Going up back underneath of it is Stables. He makes the grab. And that is not deep enough for Connor Williver to tag up from second. I'll bring Seneca Sumners up. So Seneca Sumners will come on here as the 9-hole hitter. Dugout beginning to get loud here. Sumners is 0 for 3 with a plunk back in the bottom of the 10th. Trying to end things here in the bottom of the 11th. Here's the first offering, and that is right down Broad Street.
Yeah, if you're Sumners, obviously you're looking to win this game. You're looking to walk it off. But again, you're still doing your job. If you get on base, extend this game a little further, load the bases for Aiden Poot.
Benitez fires and a swing and strike. We'll put the count down 0-2.
He saw the heater on the first one, saw the heater on the second one with the swing. It's kind of safe to assume he'll see another one. But again, an off speed here is in an 0-2 count. I feel like that's the best bet.
Benitez checks Williver back at second. 0-2 on its way, and that is just outside. And the entire Hightstown dugout cannot believe that one.
That is a beautiful eye. That is a beautiful eye. Not many high school hitters have eyes like that. We saw it earlier in the game with Benitez. Leaving these pitches in big spots and down in 0-2 counts off the plate, spitting on them. And they're only maybe a half an inch off the plate.
1-2 on the way, and a foul tip goes in the glove of Worden. Two more runners are stranded on for the Cardinals. One of them in scoring position will go to the top of the 12th here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. It has been a marathon, ladies and gentlemen.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the 12th inning here from Sonny Nataka's field. Trey Wright and CJ Jackson on the call. Still deadlocked at 2 between a couple of CVC rivals. And with daylight running out here at Sonny Nataka's field, it is certainly a race against the elements here. Swing and strike from one knee will put Jordan Clem down in a 1-2 count. The top of the order in the on-deck circle with Michael Garino. Hightstown dugout getting loud. 1-2 on the way. Here's a chopper that's going to be in shallow short. Going forward is Sumners, and getting there in time on an infield single is Jordan Clem. And that was just a well-hit ball. Sumners was running up to get that, fired it over, but just there in time was Jordan Clem. And if you're Hightstown, this is your moment to get in this contest.
Yeah. I know it doesn't directly correlate, but they are taking advantage of the missed opportunities of leaving runners on earlier in innings, stranding guys on third multiple times, stranding guys on second multiple times. I know it doesn't directly connect with each other, that they're taking advantage of that actually happening, but that's why we're here. And that's what they're doing now.
Top of the order flips back over. Michael Garino, who is 0 for 3 with 2 walks in a run, up for the 6th time today. Looking for a bunt. Trying to grab it was Crowley. They're going to have a little bit of a situation here. Get the tag out at second will be Sumners. And Lawrence got away with one right there because Clem thought that was going to be caught there by Crowley. Crowley's not able to grab it down. Clem stuck on the base paths and is called out at second. One away, deep breath on that 4-6 fielder's choice, I guess we'll call it.
was a great effort by Sumners, but you hear Jim out of the dugout. It was a forced play. He could have just touched the base, but still dove, got the tag, and out's an out. At the end of the day, nobody's going to remember it. So
Exactly.
But hey, you got the job done.
Daniel Creer comes up. He is 1 for 5 today. In his 6th plate appearance, daylight continuing to wind down. That'll go inside, and it's a pair of balls that Creer's up by. Top of the 12th, 1 on, 1 away. In a 2-2 ball game, 2 of the top teams in the Colonial Valley Conference in a complete slugfest right now defensively. That'll go high and outside, and the count goes 3-0. And Alex Worden and Dylan Stables at the 3 and 4 spots. Your Connor Crowley might want to get a strike here. And instead, that'll be a 4-pitch walk. And Daniel Creer will go over to first. And that'll extend Michael Garino into scoring position at second.
Yeah, just losing a batter on 4 pitches, especially in a spot like this, because this is really the last chance either team is going to get. With the sun coming down, it's getting dark. This is it. And now you got 2 runners on, a free base on 4 pitches, not even competitive. I don't even think the kid took the bat off his shoulder. See, like, now in a real bad spot, pressure's really building now. You want to give your guys one more chance to come away with a win before this game's called for a tie.
So it brings up Alex Worden, the senior catcher, who has been able to have a decent day so far, 2 for 4, with a double, a run, and a single. Trying to bring the Cows home, the Rams home to roost here, and trying to give them the lead right back. High fastball gets away from Connor Crowley, and have to see if anybody else potentially come in here to pitch, because Crowley has gone about nearly the same distance as Aiden Puda's gone. We'll have to see what his pitch count is here. 2 on with 1 away. Hightstown with an opportunity. That'll find the strike zone for the 1-1. Hightstown with a good opportunity to try to get back in the lead and put the 4-foot on the back here for the Cardinals. Top of the 12th with 1 away and 2 at first and second. That'll find the inside strike zone, 1-2. So Worden now down 1-2 in the count. We'll tap back into the box here. Garino at second, Creer at first. Connor Crowley looking for that second out. Here's the 1-2 on its way. And staying alive is Alex Worden. Pops one foul into the cage. Worden will stay alive as we approach 4 hours on the air here. It has been a long day in Natakis Field. 1-2 the count towards Worden, and got him looking. Fifth strikeout of the afternoon here for Connor Crowley, and it brings up Dylan Stables here, trying to get a huge second out. Third out, I should say.
Mm-hmm. This is the Rams' last chance to come out with a win here. Down to their last out. You can drive a couple runs here, but I think Crowley's got it under control.
Crowley will immediately fire a dart into the attic there for the 1-0. We were able to have a 12-inning game here last year. That was all the way early in the season, back in early April. So might be able to get away with it here. Maybe a 13th inning. 2 on, 2 away here in a 2-2 ball game. Inside pitch. We'll put a 2-0 towards Dylan Stables, who scored the only 2 runs for Hightstown so far in this contest. 2-run RBI double, got a single back in the top of the 8th. Of that, 2 strikeouts and a fly out to Connor Williver. Good off speed there from Connor Crowley. Will make it 2-1. Garino in scoring position at second. Hightstown just trying to get him to potentially third and across home plate in a 2-2 contest. And that'll miss down low. It's 3-1. Looks like Manny Gonzalez will pinch hit here for Devin Decker in the on-deck circle. 3-1 towards Staples and got him. Goodness gracious, they called that a strike on, it looked like it was way over the batter's box.
Didn't look like that to me.
So the count goes full for Staples. 2 on, 2 away, 2-2 ball game in the top of the 12th. Connor Crowley checks the runners. Here's the kick-in delivery on the 3-2. And a foul tip out in and out of Dobkin's glove. We'll do it again.
If this game couldn't get any more suspenseful. You got 2 runners on, full count, 2 outs.
What a game for both of these teams, no matter the winner of this contest, by the way.
Yep.
2 teams not willing to give each other an inch. We'll do it again. Crowley kicks and was going to do a pickoff attempt back at second. Will pull back. Was trying to catch Garino off guard. So we'll do it again here on the 3-2. Runners go, 3-2 on its way, and that's a shot that just hooks foul at the last second. So Connor Crowley, whose pitch numbers are approaching his ceiling as well, just trying to get this final out. Dylan Stables trying to load the bases, or if he's able to hit a baseball, trying to put Hightstown up in front. We'll do it again on the 3-2. It's on its way, and that's a shot that will once again hook foul.
Getting a little nervous the first one, yeah, you could kind of tell off the bat, but this one we had to really evaluate.
Dugout giving words of support for Connor Crowley. It's dusk time, it's golden hour here in central New Jersey. Runners checked, 3-2 on its way, popped high into the air, and this will go way out of play right behind us. And we'll do it again. Far. Crowley and Stables in a fight for the ages right now. Stables not willing to give an inch. Crowley not willing to give an inch. 2 are on here. Daylight running out. We'll do the 3-2 again. It's on its way, and another foul tip there for Stables to stay alive.
He's in swing mode. He's looking to hit something because that pitch was real high, and he still went for it. He's looking to kind of put his team out in front right here, right now.
Dobkin gives the sign. 3-2 with 2 on, a 2-2 ball game. It's on its way. Pop fly. This one's in play. Going it is Connor Willifer. He's right underneath of it, and he makes the grab. So after a big battle there between Crowley and Stables, the Cardinals will win that battle. We'll go into the bottom of the 12th, and the Cardinals trying to close things out in golden hour at 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bottom of the 12th with the top of the order coming up here for the Cardinals. Aiden Poot, Connor Crowley, and Teak Toto due up for Lawrence. And Connor Crowley pitching an absolute gem. He and Aiden Poot may very well be our 2 MVCs of the afternoon. Connor Crowley is at 91 pitches right now, which is crazy considering that it came in the 8th. It is now the 12th.
He's just got 2 full starts.
Yeah.
2 full starts. 2 amazing, beautiful starts.
He's done his job. He has been incredible.
He's standing right in front of us. I'm trying to flatter him.
We love glazing here on the Bronx Retro. But Aiden Poot, who strikeout, or statistically speaking with the strikeout category, has had 14, a new career high. He takes one right at the belt to start ahead in the count 1-0. Poot still looking for his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 4 Love to put a charge into this one. He'll line a shot into right field. Going back for it is Creer, and he's able to make the grab for the fly out in center.
Just not giving anything. Neither team. You said it many times. Not even an inch.
Daylight running out here. Sundown is at 7:59. It is currently 7:36 to where we are right now. We may have enough time for one more inning. If not, this game would be called due to darkness. Which to say that in the middle of May would just show how long this game has been. Connor Crowley will step in here, tries to lay a bunt down to catch the infield off guard, and it just rolls foul.
You think if say this inning goes a little longer than 1, 2, 3, and it's still scoreless, would they start another inning even though they know that they can't finish the next one?
I don't know. Maybe just bring the pitching machine out here, and whoever hits, you have a home run derby to figure it out. And that'll go right down Broad Street for the 0-2.
Do a little MLB, start with a runner on second?
Yeah, we might have to do that here, impromptu.
Maybe. You'd be changing the entire rules of high school baseball.
Crowley fouls one back to stay alive. I mean, I hate that rule. At the MLB level, I absolutely despise that rule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe after 12 innings in high school baseball, you just say screw it and you just put one over at second.
Yeah.
Benitez kicks and delivers, and a high fastball outside will get Crowley back in the count. Sun right above the treetops right now. No lights here at Natakis Field. Benitez trying to get that second out. 1-2 is on its way, and another high fastball in the attic. Benitez trying to get this second out here to bring up Teak Toto. Connor Crowley trying to stay alive. 2-2 is on its way. Bends inside. 3 straight balls thrown by Benitez. The count goes full. Saw the same exact thing here with Dylan Stables taking on Connor Crowley. We'll see if Crowley will get the other end of the spectrum here. 3-2 is on its way. Popped foul, and Crowley will stay alive. The way that Connor Crowley's batting right now, we may not get a 13th inning.
Yeah, he's fighting. He's
We'll bring out some portable trucks here or bath light, or let's just drive over to Veterans Park. That's an outside pitch for ball 4, and it brings up Teak Toto. So that'll be the second walk issue there by Anthony Benitez, and it brings up Teak Toto. We'll see if they intentionally walk Toto here. Connor Crowley will go to first. He leads off. Teak Toto right now, 3 for 4, with his only time he's not been on the base paths was back in the bottom of the third when he flew out to the third baseman of Drews. He'll go down 0-1 in the count, 1 away of the runner at first. And that'll just go outside. Count goes even at 1. Toto is going to call time here with Connor Crowley at first. 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 12th with 1 away. Josh Vakrowski in the on-deck circle. If Teak Toto's not able to get the job done, I know for a fact Vakrowski will be able to get it done. Has fouled it in the parking lot behind us for the 1-2. Toto with a single, an RBI single, another single, a triple, and a walk on his scorecard along with the flyout. Crowley is at first. Toto with an open batting stance. Benitez set at the belt, delivers towards Toto, and strikeout got him, and it got him on the arm there as well, and it brings up Josh Vakrowski. If he just didn't swing, he would have put Crowley in scoring position there.
Yeah, and coming back to the dugout here, I just overheard Toto say that he's having trouble seeing the ball. This game's coming to an end.
Pickoff attempt here will not be in time. with how dark it is right now, you got to think about player safety, and it has been a slugfest right now through 12 innings. Josh Vakrowski trying to end things here. And Connor Crowley will get on his horse, trying to steal second. He's out. And Crowley is incensed about it. He will be called out. And we'll have to see if the game will end due to darkness after that. We'll be back here in a couple of moments on 10 and
Yeah, we're done.
And the game will end due to darkness, so it will be a 2-2 tie here after 12 innings.